Eyes down for a full house.
Why isn't that playing? There you go. That was a nice professional start to it. Me bollocking around trying to get the intro to play. That doesn't matter. No one's watching it anyway, so it don't make a difference.
It's only you and me. And I was doing a bit of air drumming.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a good tune. I like that tune. It's that was done for me by Nathaniel from Damn. You remember Damn?
Okay. Yeah, DAM. Yeah.
No, not DAM, but Damn was it was a London death metal band.
All right, I've never heard of them, Graham. No, that's new to me.
Little accent over the A. Apparently, it's Hebrew for blood. It's like Hebrew for blood, apparently. But they're now called Damn anyway. Now called Damn. Really good band, actually. You should check them out. Very cool technical death metal. They knocked that intro up for me. It's Elric. Elric has arrived. Or should I say? Hold on. Let me just get this correct. Should I say? The coming of Elric.
That's the last thing we need to see. That we do. It's no wonder it's called Metal Perf TV.
Yeah. The coming of Elric is only available on his OnlyFans page.
Under the counter.
I thought you sold it in little bottles. I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh gosh. What would the use of that be? You have to be extremely perverted to want that. Oh gosh.
Oh dear.
Anyway.
How's everyone? You all right, Phil?
Yeah.
How you doing, mate? You well?
Yeah, not bad.
Excellent.
Beers.
Yeah. I carried
on. Can you drink when you've got you've got work tomorrow? You can't drink.
Yeah, I got a tea.
I
can ask a cup of tea.
Fair enough. Can't beat a nice cup of tea.
And I bought a couple of beers in the off license on the way home today, and one of them broke in the bag.
Oh no!
The bottle chocolate leaked out the top.
Yeah,
that's the worst.
My bag
sapping away when you as the beer.
It's nearly as bad as when Mick bought alcohol-free beer at Wacken. That one, isn't it?
Never forget that. Hilarious. Yeah,
we laughed about that last time. That will go down in history, I'm afraid.
Yeah, everyone remembers that. It's
quite nice.
It was that Irish cream stout. It was nice. I only had half.
Yeah, I'll have half a stout, please. That's all you get.
So what have I got here? Golden Champion.
Golden Champion.
Yeah.
It's like non-alcoholic beer is about as useful as a tipless condom, really, isn't it? You think about it. It's absolutely fucking not fit for purpose.
Fire guard.
Anyway. So we're not sure we've got any. We might have that guy. We had one before. I've fucking completely forgotten the name of his band now. But he came on once before. He's got a new project now called Evil In or something like that. Evil In. It's like a death metal project. Apparently they got something coming out soon. So he might be able to pop in tonight. He's not sure if he can. Definitely pop in some other time. So we were chatting before, spoke a few times about just showing some vinyl, didn't we? But so we were going to show free records, and maybe we could do it like a contest. We could have like a round, and we can vote at the end for who's got the best album out of the round or something crazy bollocks like that. or we can always not bother doing that. I don't fucking know. Yeah, but we'll just show it anyway.
You're a bit Graham. You're a bit joggy. We can hear you all right, but you're
a bit choppy.
Yeah, I know. My internet's on one little bar. It looks fucked. I've got a really shit internet again. It's you. You're fucking stealing my internet, you bastard. With your bloody direct line straight into the...
I've got it direct.
He's got wire running all through my fucking house, to my fucking bedroom, to my bloody
30
internet
meters.
hub thing. And they sucking all my bleach, leeching all my internet. I should charge him for it.
These people are supposed to be your mates.
Yeah. Where my room is, though, is like the worst room for the internet. It's literally you couldn't get any.
Mine's the best because I've got the fucking router in it.
That's what I mean, Graham. But you're in the living room.
Well,
anyway,
I'm the room next to the route. I've got like one fucking bar at the moment. I don't think you're stealing it.
It's usually good there, actually, where you are.
It's not, yeah, it can be all right. It can be a bit pony. That's the fucking internet, though. They always like maintain these. Oh, you've got to get so many megs of this and so many gigs of that, and fucking most of it's just bollocks. They just say that to try and get you to pay the unwieldy prices they want you to pay.
Yeah.
Any metal news? Anyone's heard anything interesting? Any new albums out or anything like that? I see that Bloodstock seems like it's definitely going ahead.
It's definitely happening. Yeah, it's going ahead, kids. Yeah, it's thingy Steelhouse Festival in Wales this weekend, isn't it? With which is more of a trad metal thing, isn't it? It's got the darkness and the wild arts playing and therapy and stuff like that. So,
that more rock.
Yeah, rock festival. Yeah, but that's happening this weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Wales. So, but yeah, Bloodstock's still happening. Yeah, they're it's all good. Systems go. So
hopefully everyone doesn't come home sick.
Yeah,
we've all had our double jabs anyway. I think you've had a double jab. We've had our double jabs. So
yeah. I'm debating whether to go to that gig tomorrow. It would be my first gig in since March of last year. But I don't know. I kind of want, in a way, my first gig to be like something I really want to see. If you know what I mean,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Not just a passing.
It's just more someone's birthday. I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
But then again, I kind of want to do the beer show with Graham as well.
Yeah, we got a beer box. We want to get on the outside of, don't we? Yeah. We got on the outside of that beer, because if we don't do it this weekend, next weekend I'm at my dad's. So I have to he's just going to sit there calling to you, saying, "Elric, why won't you drink me?
Drink me!
I'm very tasty. Open me up and drink me." That shitty beer does when it's trying to entice you with its beery tits.
I'm so used lately to drinking dark beers. This tastes, I don't know, this Golden Champion is really sweet.
Okay.
It's like quite.
Werewolf wants to know what you're nibbling on.
Cool nuts.
Cool nuts. That sounds disgraceful. Did everyone see the coming of Elric? The coming of Elric. There you go. my new comic book. There's Elric Cool Nuts. They're coming. Elric's coming in his Cool Nuts.
That could be a new nickname. That Elric Cool Nuts.
Yeah. I know where Jake is. Jake's supposed to be coming on today as well, but
first time ever.
Where is you? Where are you, Jake? What's going on?
Has Jake been on every single one?
Yeah, because the first one he came on because we was chatting to DS Holocaustum, I think, so he was just in the chat. And we let him on, we didn't have a name from Adam that night, and we just let him in, didn't we, to hang out. And he said, I'll have to do it every week if you want. And I was like, yeah, whatever, good. Cool. It's all good. It's one less person I've got to try and invite.
What I might do with the album is I've got them here. I might go
you can read them
section without looking and see what comes out. Could be potentially.
Does anyone know heard any metal news? Is anything going on? Any new albums coming out soon or anything like that? Or anyone showing their private parts to underage girls on or anything like that?
They're underage women.
They're getting the sack for it.
How do you feel, I mean?
I'm just having a quick look on Blabbermouth now.
Yeah, Blabbermouth's a place.
It's all crud.
Yeah. It's all boring old crap.
Yeah, it is.
Apparently, my ex-girlfriend used to call me.
Well, apparently, Voivod are going to start recording a new album this month.
Okay.
So I do like a bit of Voivod for that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
You been any gigs since lockdown's finished? Have you got any gigs up your way, or is Bloodstock going to be the first one?
Graham. Nothing.
Yeah.
No. Bloodstock, and then everything seems to start in September.
Yeah.
So I've got tickets for some rescheduled stuff for next year, and I've got and I'm going to go. If things are all well and good, Evergrey are coming over and they're playing in Bristol.
Well, they've got in the name. The band's be good.
Yeah, exactly. What more can you say?
I saw them at Bloodstock one year, McRae. Did they play out open air one? The outside.
They've played the open air. They've played the indoor in 2004.
Yeah.
They played the open air in 2005. and then we had them again 2 years ago at the open air. So
okay, yeah, it's not one of those bands that I've never got into. They were too soft.
Well, it's probably not your thing, Graham.
I do have a T-shirt though, strangely enough.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Cheers, Werewolf.
You went all robot then. I don't know if it was my internet, but all I heard was from you.
Yeah, it's you, mate. We're all fine here.
Yeah, mate, I can see it. I've got the little bar thing showing in the corner. It's got one little fucking nugget of a bar, and that's it. Fucking thing.
We can hear you all right,
though.
I don't know, sometimes
I haven't got to see you move too much. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to drink and talk at the same time, probably.
And I think
did you guys check out the new Iron Maiden single?
Well.
I haven't played it.
Wasn't there an Iron Maiden like premiere?
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
writing on the wall or something.
And there's a new album coming out in September.
Yeah.
Did you not watch it, Elric?
What's that?
The new video they premiered.
No. Don't watch anything.
Okay.
I watch YouTube stuff, but
Neither did I.
They premiered it
on YouTube.
They premiered it on YouTube, Elric.
Oh, you heard it.
All right.
Yeah.
Funny enough, they were just playing it
Was
on
it any good?
NBR.
I didn't bother working on the basis it'll be crap like the last 5 albums.
Right, yeah.
It's like, sounds all right, just it's like, that's always,
exactly.
I think of Iron Maiden since start to death, really.
Look, they're not going to remake Killers, are they? You know what I mean?
No. It's literally, yeah, it is that, though, isn't it? It's just like everything's been all right. It's all been like, oh, yeah, okay, the riffs are okay, the songs are okay, the production's fine, but there's just nothing really sort of catchy, is there?
The thing is, Graham, if that was another band that weren't called Iron Maiden, they wouldn't get anywhere. They wouldn't be getting anywhere with that sort of stuff.
Maybe.
So because who they are.
Yeah.
You know, I've found the last 4 or 5 records been like really good grief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who needs an 18-minute song, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
You can say the same about Metallica since the Black Album, though, couldn't you?
Well, I won't even say that about the Black Album because I don't really like that either.
No.
Funny enough, having said that, though, I actually really like Load. Which is quite unusual, but for most people. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's just, I don't know. With Iron Maiden, I really liked Brave New World because I thought it was a great back after the Blade years.
That's a good record.
And when Dance of Death come out, I was like, it's all right. And then and then they decided with the Matter of Life and Death, without telling anyone, to play the Earls Court show and play the whole album all the way through.
They played the whole tour.
Pissed me off.
The whole tour was the same album, all the way through. Yeah,
they didn't tell anyone. People were just bored.
So
shit.
I
remember.
They didn't play any of the old stuff.
They played 6 songs at the end.
They're not
played the new album, and they played 6 songs around.
Who does that? It's like ridiculous.
Well, that's just some massive ego.
Yeah.
Just some big ego trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think about it, most bands, people go to the gigs for the old songs, don't they? You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. I don't
mind bands. It's a thing that nowadays, the bands that go back and do a whole album that's a classic, but you don't do a new album all the way through.
But when Slayer did their Raining Blood tour, I wasn't going, why you play something new?
I've seen them do that 3 times. It's like, you only need to do that once, but they did it 3 times, so.
Yeah, but the thing about that was it was the best encore ever because it's only 29 minutes, the whole record, isn't it? So, so it's a perfect thing to do for an encore, isn't it? Just do that. Yeah, that'll do.
In America, it's a shame actually. They didn't do it here, but when the anniversary of Seasons in the Abyss come out, they did that album all the way through, didn't they? In the States, cool idea.
Yeah, I think but then again, Elric, I think they only did like 20 shows with that.
Yeah.
But it's a good album. That is a tremendous record.
I love Seasons.
Yeah, it's really dark. It's really.
I remember Forbidden came over, like good over a decade ago now. They came over and they was playing everything off the Twisted into Form album, and I thought, shit, are they going to play anything off Forbidden Evil? And I was getting really upset because the second album was alright, but it was not a pact on Forbidden Evil for me. And then so after they finished the whole of the second album, they played the whole of the first album, which is Oh, that's all right then. That's good. They say the best for last.
Yeah, Fresh reminds me actually. What I'm thinking of doing is like maybe getting people together to pick their favourite 5 Fresh albums, and then going through them, like counting down 5 to 1. If I can get a few people to do that, should be nerdy and fun thing to do. So you know, I might do that. Yeah, that takes.
If about 10 or 15 albums, it'll all get chosen from, though, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you could do your top 10, but I'm thinking like, you know, it depends how many people are on, like, but we could like pick out 5 and have like a bunch of honourable mentions afterwards, that kind of thing. Like, I've seen like channels do it, and you know, it's quite fun to watch. But, we'll see.
Are you into that kind of thing though, Phil? Like ranking your favourites?
Well, yeah. Me and my best mate Ollie, we you know, when we drive up to London for a gig or something like that, mate, you know, that's something we do in the car. You know what I mean? You got 3 hours in the car at the M4, and you know, we'll just talk. You know what's best obituary albums and all that. You know what I mean? Or you know, what's your best death metal albums? Or you know, your top 3 Sepultura records. You know what I mean? And the sad bastards that we are, it tends to lurk around like albums 2, 3, 4, and 5. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mainly because album 1 was so badly produced. Yeah. And then, you know, and then you get into it, don't you? You know what I mean? You're a fan, so and anything else, you're not really. You've only got it because you want to complete your collection, like, you know what I mean? So, I think there's quite a lot of us like that because it comes out at a certain age, doesn't it? 80s, 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
And you go like that, and the rest of it can just like, nice, new record coming out. When you're playing the old stuff.
There's some bands as well that started. The first album was really kind of heavy, and then it started like toning down, getting slower, and then so about third album, we're like, oh, this is really fucking good. And the next album, they've gone really wimpy and gothic and shit. It's like there's a soft, like there's like a one part where they're like, oh yeah, this is really great. Before that, they're okay, a little bit rough, not that great. This one's really cool. And the next one's out, they turned to shit. I seem to find that with quite a lot of bands, to be honest.
Yeah, another interesting thing is my mate Ollie says you should never go backwards. If you get into a band and it's, say, the 3rd record, don't go backwards to listen to the other 2 because you're generally disappointed.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, if you go into
a band, maybe.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you go into, Slayer and say Season in the Abyss, and you decided to avoid South of Heaven and Rain in Blood and Hell Awaits, you'd be really upset, wouldn't you? Like 20 years down the line when you found them. So
we did our Slayer album ranking, didn't we, Gray? Well,
that's right. Yeah. I just nodded my head and
what's number 1? What was number 1 then?
For me, Rain in Blood. Rain in Blood. My top 3: Rain in Blood, South of Heaven, Seasons in the Abyss.
All right.
Although I threw in a bit of a curveball because my full favourite album is Divine Intervention. I know, like it's one of the love or hate ones, isn't it? I love Divine Intervention.
But not wants to do some belly dancing for Werewolf by Lunchtime.
Well, that's the thing. I know that album has that reaction. People like, some people love it, some people don't like it. I love it.
See, I'm a Hell Awaits kind of guy.
Oh, I like Hell Awaits. Yeah, I think that's 5th for me.
That is a monstrous record. That is.
Yeah. They're all
good. You, Graham, what's your favourite Slayer album?
God knows. I don't know what's the album now. I forget it's like, I suppose it had to be Rain in Blood would have to be number 1, I suppose. It's the first one I heard, and there's not a second on there that's not fucking blasting, It's like listen to it years later. You're not listening to it for ages. It's just like it just kind of blows you away all over again, kind of thing.
You've hit the nail on the head. It does. You're right. You're so right with that because it's so intense in such a small amount of time. You know what I mean? And then it's so in your face, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's no let up, is there?
Everyone has Diabolus in Musica last, don't they?
You're sorry.
Everyone has Diabolus in Musica last. Although, funny enough, I didn't have that last. It's not my worst album. I like all the Slayer albums. There ain't a poor one for me, but...
No.
I don't think they didn't get really shit. They had a couple of lesser ones, but they didn't turn to crap. They didn't turn to complete crap.
there's some like averagey sort of ones, isn't there? You know what I mean? But most of them, I don't think there's anything lower than a 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But you talk about them top 5. You know, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and them. They're like 9s and 10s, aren't they? You know what I mean? A lot of them. You can't, you know, and it's really hard. It would be hard to make your next 5 albums as 9s and 10s, wouldn't it? It would be really difficult. You know
I think I put Well Painted Blood as my bottom, but it's still a good album.
Yeah.
That might be an interesting thing to do as a geeky thing, like doing a discography of a band. I pick a band like Death Angel, for example, go for each album and like talk about each album and mark each album as you go along, kind of thing. Like you can see the ups and downs. Like there's certain of these sort of second wave thrash bands, like they're not the big 4, who I think have a lot better kind of consistency. Like Exodus had one dodgy album, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe the more recent ones, a couple of the songs have got maybe gone a bit too long, aren't quite as direct as they could be. But mainly Exodus have been really cool.
Yeah, but at least
like Death Angel,
fresh things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Apart from that piece of shit, Forces of Habit, which should be fucking sent into the heart of the sun in a nuclear rocket. That can, apart from that, Exodus have been fine all the way through.
Yeah, even with a change of singer as well. You know, I mean, they were quite a bit of a different style when Rob Dukes was in it. Yeah. But I still quite rated them with Rob Dukes. I thought.
Yeah, they were still pretty decent. Still pretty decent with him. And so I think Death Angel for me, the only album that I didn't like was Act 3. That's the only one I didn't like. Everything else that has been. I didn't really listen to a great deal, but what I did listen to was not really grabbing me. That was kind of like in the period I thought when the bands were all kind of like trying to get like wider acclaim. So they were changing their style so they could be more acceptable to a mainstream audience.
They gone on to a major record label with that album.
Yeah.
So they had a bit more money, a bit more time. Like, I mean, they say they had more time to record the album, etc. But the thing is, like that album was relatively successful, and then they had the bloody coach crash, lost the Titans tour, and then split up, and then they formed a completely different band, didn't they? Like that was
the organisation.
That's the organisation. They were just like a sort of
coming out, weren't they?
Band really, just like a 90s alternative type band.
Yeah, I never listened to that, but all the ones under the name Death Angel have all been pretty good.
Well, they're back.
I think Death Angel is possibly one of the bands I've seen the most times as well. I kind of remember seeing them every few years when they sort of came over to England. I remember seeing them in '88, like supporting Motorhead on their second touring their second album for the Park, which is always going to be my favourite of their albums because it's the first one that I discovered. So it's always, I think that tends to be a thing for me. The first one that I discovered tends to be the one that I like the most.
Yeah,
not always,
a bit like me, really, in a way.
Well, it's your entry point, isn't it, into the band?
Yeah.
So obviously it's captured you, isn't it? You know what I mean? So that's the one you go to, sort of thing. So.
I'm always super jealous of Graham because he saw all these cool thrash bands back in the late 80s in the heyday, and I was kind of slightly younger.
You're a bit too young. Just missed
out. Like I sort of knew about the bands, but one I couldn't afford to go and see.
Well, that's the other thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I was just starting to get into that sort of music.
I can remember coming down to Hammersmith for the first time to watch Megadeth and Flotsam and Jetsam in '87.
Awesome. Was Thingy still in the band? Like, Jason Newsted still in Flotsam?
It was when Doomsday for the Deceiver came out. Yeah, that's what they were touring. And Megadeth were doing Peace Sells. So basically, you got both albums. plus a couple of covers. So
stuff.
Yeah. So you slightly predate with geek going. I didn't do my first geek to '88. Monsters of Rock '88 was my very first gig.
Was it? Oh, cool. Yeah.
What was your first gig, Phil?
Ian Gillan.
Wow.
Or the band Gillan.
Yeah, Gillan.
Supported by Budgie.
Wow, great stuff.
Yeah. In 1982.
Wow.
At Preston Guildhall. Janet Gers was the guitar player for Gillan. Then
it was,
Bernie Tormey had left.
Yeah.
But that was my first gig. Yeah.
Excellent. And Budgie as well, which I like Budgie.
And I saw him again the following year along with Iron Maiden in '83. First time I saw Maiden in '83.
Ah, you sick bastard!
And I saw Thin Lizzy before he broke up as well.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Did you rate Iron Maiden when you first saw them? Was there a buzz around them like at that time? So they were well known, or were they just some?
They're already massive.
Yeah, what the music press was like and that.
It was at Preston. It was a Peace of Mind World Tour when I saw them.
Oh right, so that's quite late then.
Yeah, 83. So it's the second tour with Bruce, and it was at Preston. I think it was the second night of the tour. They played Hull the night before, I think.
What year? Sorry.
What year?
Yeah, what year was the first album of Iron Maiden?
1980.
So they fucking were really prolific then, weren't they? The albums, like one a year, like fucking.
Yeah. Killers came out 81.
No fucking about.
No, Killers came out 81. The Number of the Beast 82.
Yeah.
Peace of Mind 83.
Yeah.
84 was Power Slave.
And you think about that now, because years fly by now. So 4 years between an album is kind of normal now. But you think of their rise in that 4 years, from the first Iron Maiden album to Power Slave, just 4 fucking years, and then bang.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's really quick. I didn't. Yeah. Is anyone know who Steve Albini is?
Yes, I do.
He's a guitar player.
He's a producer, and he used to be the frontman of Big Black as well. He's cool. He's a good producer. He's like quite raw.
Right. I keep getting breakup. My fucking internet doesn't want to work for me.
He produced Nirvana's In Utero album. It's probably the most famous thing he's done, but he's done quite a few things.
Right. What happened to Jake?
Big Black on Mental.
Jake did say he had an interview or something, so maybe he got hung up chatting to some fellas on his own channel, I think. I can't remember who he said he was chatting to now. We can go and visit his channel. Avantale? Anyone know a band called Avantale?
Avantale, hang on. Is that in chat?
Sorry?
Yeah. Yeah, songs about fucking. Yeah, good title for an album. I've got it actually. I'll show it to Werewolf.
Well, that's Steve Albini.
Yeah, they call themselves a punk band, but it's more like early industrial. If I can find it.
When we saw that when we were going for your vinyl that time, didn't we?
Yeah, probably.
You choking on cool nuts, mate. Don't swallow your cool nuts too fast. I know it makes you popular down the gym, but don't swallow them cool nuts too fast, mate.
That's what you get for putting your nuts in your mouth while you're doing something else.
You ain't got it, mate. You dreamt it.
Yeah. Don't believe him, Greg.
Nah. I've got an inkling to go to Jake's page and
have a shuffle
and yeah, I'm sort of playing in our stream.
Well,
I think it's my sister who's got it. Probably is what I'm thinking. Let down.
Age-old excuse. My sister's got it. Yeah. Whatever. You got your makeup and your hair straighteners as well.
Fucking hell, I'm coughing. Shut it
up. Don't coffee, mate.
I've just remembered there's a really interesting piece of news.
Fucking hell.
Just bear with me. I'll type it into my computer. Just bear with me. All right. Nice one, Eric.
Fuck it.
You might get the fantasy if you could die live on air. Oh, he's gone off to croquet. It's an interesting angle. What's that? Sirius Black, is that your t-shirt?
Yeah, it is, Graham, yeah.
So that's a play on the blinking Harry Potter.
No, it's not. They're a German power metal band. And,
is it not a play on Sirius Black then from Harry Potter?
I don't know. there was I was over in Germany and I'd done like 5 gigs in 6 nights or something. I've been over there because we get free travel over on the trains over there. So I booked some tickets and I went around Germany on tour on the train.
Wow!
And I watched Man of War for somebody the first night in Munich, and then I went to somewhere else and watched Sabaton, Delane, and Battle Beast all on one show, and then I went to Cologne. And Hammerfall were playing. And this lot were the opening band, and they were really good. So I bought the t-shirts for like €10. So I bought a t-shirt. You know what I mean? So
a few years ago, you're talking about?
Yeah, it'd be about it might be about 8-9 years ago. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, so because Man not split up now. Have they actually split up?
No. They got rid of the guitarist because he was a kiddie fiddler. And
really?
Yeah. That's reported. Yeah.
Which one was that?
Carl Logan.
So he was like quite a new one then.
Yeah, not Ross the Boss.
Was it after? Was it Ross the Boss? After they got rid of Ross the Boss, he came in, was it?
They had Ross the Boss, and they had a bloke called Dave Shanko after that, and then they had Carl Logan, and then they got some Brazilian bloke.
Someone died. Did Dave Shanko die?
Drummer Carl Logan, the drummer. No, not Carl Logan.
Right.
Well, no, Scott Columbus.
Rhino. They had a drummer called Rhino, didn't they?
Yeah. So.
Anyway, my first gig was Jean-Michel Jarre.
Oh, wicked! Destination Docklands.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really a gig. You watched that out your bedroom window, didn't you?
I know, it's crazy.
That's cheating. That is cheating.
Yeah. But that was mad. What a mad first gig that was. But my sister was performing in it. She was in the choir. That's why we went. Yeah.
Wicked.
So that was cool.
Because there's a DVD of that.
Yeah, there is. You can YouTube it. So you can't see my sister, unfortunately. But yeah, it's cool. That was big. What a first gig that was. Jesus.
Yeah. Excellent.
Shall we put an album then, or what?
Go on then.
Ponty French
Who's going first?
I'll go first. Ponty French noise. That's all that is. Jean-Michel Jarre, whatever it is. Well, I'm going to go full screen because I deserve it. I'm worth it.
Because I deserve it.
I'm going with, when people say to rank around what's your favourite album, I can never say what my favourites were, but I always used to say that this is in my top 3. I don't know why. This is my top 3.
Just about even
it's Bathory, Bloodfire, whatever it is, isn't it?
Yeah, Bloodfire Death.
Yeah, what a beast. He's a beast of a record.
I can't remember. This is signed as well by Quorthon. He did a sign at Shades Records.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh,
that's Graham from Quorthon. So,
that Graham will be worth an absolute fortune.
Yeah,
possibly.
Honestly, mate, he's not done
eBay that. Yeah,
it's nearly as good as the old Emperor album with the, not the Emperor album, the Mayhem album with the old hammer through the head, isn't it? You know what I mean? That one.
Yeah.
The band Mayhem album, but that'd be worth a fortune.
Yeah.
Probably would. Yeah.
Possibly. Possibly.
There's no possibility about it,
but it is. Yeah, if I can find someone else from Graham who wants to buy it, then
Graham's got loads of albums that I think are worth it.
Yeah,
he's got loads of stuff like that.
But this is like back in the day, when sort of branching out into metal somewhat. Like I'd sort of gone off, moved on from Iron Yeah, this is before the Viking one. This is the one after this Hammerheart or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was really upset with that because I thought it was rubbish compared to this one. And the 2 before this are more sort of black metal, a lot more kind of
full on.
That's more black metal,
That's more an atmospheric album, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Because I
some parts, it's got some nice fast. It's more
I'm not sure if I put it under the sign of the Black Mark.
Yeah.
For me, that and Bloodfire Death are my favourites, definitely. But under the sign of Black Mark, I might actually prefer slightly more. But they're both great albums.
These have got some good tracks. Woman of Dark Desires and Echo Man Fall, they both on that one.
Massacre,
I think Woman of Dark Desires
Enter
as
the
well.
Eternal Fire. I fucking love that song.
Yeah. I couldn't stand the Return though. For some reason, like when I got the Return the first time, I thought it was. I listened to it a few times. And I was like, "This is horrible. It just didn't sound good at all." The Return, the one with the full moon on it. Yeah, rough as fuck. And I thought this is. We'll get on with it. But this was like in the day when you first like branching out from your first band I made. So I like first few times I listened to it, I was like, man, this is fucking crazy noise. And it took me a little bit of time. And like I remember the chorus did For All Those Who Died. So I started getting into my head. And it was like, for all those who died. And
it is crazy noise for that time. It's and like the invention of black metal almost, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Hello,
Jakey.
All right. Oh, how you doing?
We just started talking about the albums. The first one I showed is Blood, Fire, Death by Bathory.
Oh, cool.
Do yours, Jake? Have you got a bunch of albums? 3 albums?
Yeah, I got some albums, yeah.
Well, we'll get to it in a minute anyway. So we're just gonna. Everyone got this one. Everyone heard this one. I take it. It's not like I didn't pick anything too crazy. But you know this one, all right?
Too obscure.
But I think there's for me like. Definitely my favourite Bathory album by far.
Yeah,
I like the first one. I like And the Sun of the Black Mark. Then after that, Had My Heart was a bit dull for me. I remember I bought that the week it came out because I was so much in love with Blood, Fire, Death. I bought that one, got it home, and it was so slow and pedestrian in comparison. It was just like, oh man, what a disappointment.
Yeah, and then it went into like almost like a thrash metal kind of sort of vibe, and like a really like shitty drum machine sort of sound.
Yeah.
Metal, Viking metal.
So when Nordland 1 and 2 came out, they went really full on, sort of like Viking retro atmospheric
and melodic vocal and all, you know.
He even did one under his own name, just Quorthon, didn't he? Which is like kind of a rocky kind of release.
That's like an indie rock album.
But they have a good album by them. I reviewed it when I was doing my fanzine, and it was Blood on the Ice, and that was actually a good one. That was a really good one, I thought. Blood on the Ice, it was called. I enjoyed that one back in the day. I think it might have been like originally it was recorded years before, and it only came out like much later or something like that. I think I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shall I grab an album?
I forget now.
I got one here.
Go on then, Jake, go for it. Oh, yeah, 7 pounds in Ocean Machine, yeah.
There's a little tiny picture of him, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's put you on
when he had hair.
Okay.
Oh, Devin. I was going to pick some Devin. He's brilliant.
Yeah. Just a talent, isn't he? Just a talent.
Not for me.
I just love his music.
I never listened to him.
In my opinion, everything.
It might be for you then, Graham.
In my opinion, everything.
Sorry?
Yeah. It might be for you then, Graham, if you've never heard him.
Just everything he does to me is just fantastic.
He's kind of a genius.
Can't be bothered.
Even though he doesn't want to admit it.
I've met him a couple of times.
Oh, have you really? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's bonkers.
I met him at Bloodstock, and he's completely crackers, but in a super nice way.
He is.
Oh, he's such a nice guy. And I got to speaking to the tour manager, and when they came around to tour Britain, he said, he emailed me, have some tickets and come. And when we went backstage before anybody got in the venue, like when we were sat with him in the dressing room talking and that, such a nice bloke. Such a nice bloke. And he has a real weird outlook on all sorts of humour. His sense of humour is completely off the wall.
Did he do lots of acid or something?
No, he's bipolar, Graham.
Yeah, mega bipolar.
And he has to take medication for it. And he did when he did the Ziltoid type stuff. He'd stopped taking his medication.
What a surprise!
And that's why it's completely different to everything else. Yeah. I say he's strapping young lad as well.
Yeah, I never got to see him strapping young lad.
Yeah, they were very good. He played in the Wild Arts as well,
That's how I found out about Devin Townsend. Is because of the lad.
Yeah, strapping young lad's great.
Well, his first gig, he was singing for Steve Vai.
That's right. Yeah.
He sang for Steve Vai, and then he became the guitarist in the Wild Arts for a bit.
That's right. I've seen footage of him playing in Reading.
Reading. That's right. That's on YouTube. Is that all right? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. But
he's got some massive a massive amount of albums he's released as well.
But I remember when that first album came out, the heaviest, really heavy thing. I thought it was like, what the fuck's this? It was so new, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like kind of industrial metal kind of sound, but it was so full on and fast and aggressive. I was like, I've not heard anything quite like this. It's like bonkers.
Did he have a band called Zimmer's Hole at one point as well?
Zimmer's Hole, that rings a bell, yeah.
I think you could be right there, Gray.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, I had a promo or something like that when I was doing my fanzine. Can't remember now. For some reason it rings a bell.
Oh no, yeah.
But yeah, I just
had a good chat.
Got into it, never really listened to him. So.
I had a good chat with Devon when he played the Trinity Centre here in Bristol, like 2016.
wow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and I he did it because he does acoustic stuff as well as his metal stuff.
He did, didn't he? He does acoustic.
Yeah, he's a fantastic musician. No matter what he's doing, he can do a
completely.
He can do a massive fuck to a microphone and it'll still be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Fleece when I sat with them backstage upstairs, back of the Fleece.
Yeah, I didn't see him when he played that. I was like,
too long ago
that one.
Yeah,
seen him play Bristol. Fuck knows how many times now. He seems to love Bristol a lot.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
and,
I've looked it up.
Last time I saw him was Cardiff.
Yeah,
the Empath tour and
the Empath thing. Yeah, I didn't go to that.
He did the meet and greet and had another good chat with him. And,
belting, yeah. See, we had him in the signing tent, right, at Bloodstock, which was great. The massive queue, and he came on his own. The band didn't come, just him.
No, we only need Devon.
And the interaction he has with people is really interesting because he can make conversation and talk to people of massive range of subjects. He was talking about, that's a cool T-shirt you've got on. I've seen them. I saw those play, and I've seen them. I've never heard. What's their albums like? I've never heard. He's a really, really, really good at interacting with people like that. He was fabulous. Yeah,
like
and seems to take a genuine interest what people want to say. You know what I mean? Which is,
I had with him at Trinity. I just said, "Oh, have you got any weird stories from when you're on tour with like Strapping on Nana or anything?" He didn't say anything. He just told me about the time they were recording Alien, I think it was, or some Strapping on Nana album. And they had a toilet in the studio they were staying at, and they didn't flush it for like 2 weeks.
Rancid.
And then they flushed it, but it didn't flush. It just went.
Right.
We just burped with some bad breath.
Yeah.
We were just laughing because it was But this album.
He's a really interesting bloke. He is. No, good choice, that, Jake.
Yeah, the last song on this, I think it's Death of Music. It's just that really loud scream he does at the end. It's like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck.
That's a much loved album because that was his first project. He was doing the Strapping Young Lad stuff, and then he did that, didn't he?
He did that. That's right.
First one, yeah. And it was a bit different. It was more melodic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When he
go down the track list, go down the track list a bit, Jake, so we can see it a bit more.
Yeah.
Then we'll put you on full screen. Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
some good tracks on there.
Yeah, my favourite one's Life. That's always going to be my favourite track.
Yeah.
3 a.m.'s a really good one. And there's Funeral Bastard.
That's good stuff. Good choice, mate. Good choice.
I was just looking at
what album could I pick out of Devon? Because I got Devon Townsend Band, Accelerated Evolution.
Yeah,
so much stuff.
He's got such a back discography. It's unbelievable.
I could have took all the Devon albums out saying, I'm just going to show Devon. That's all I'm going to show.
Yeah, what about Phil? You got an album to show us?
Yeah, I've fished some out. Hold on.
I was going to say,
I picked out.
I looked at Zimmer's Hole. He was.
Put my earphone back in. Hold on.
You're a bit joggy, Graham. You're severely joggy at the moment.
Yeah, I know. It's really fast.
This is what I've picked.
Oh, Marduk,
which is called Front Schwein, and it's the 2 albums ago. This is.
All right.
And
can't say I've heard it.
As like with a lot of black metal, it's like a lot of people. We're stuck with the original. Oh, this is great. This is great. This is great. And the new stuff, whatever. This came out, and it got some good reviews, and I bought it, and I was like really was impressed. It's a really, really, really good record. And I like them because they sing about like World War II and stuff like that. Which
all that time, all war, yeah.
Yeah, big fan of theirs. So, but it's a really, really good album. Really, really good album. So,
the first time I heard of Marduk was that Panzer Division Marduk.
Yes, well, that was the album they got. That I wouldn't say shot them to fame, Elric. You know what I mean? But got them on the scene. Yeah. And they still always finish.
I saw that's down our Stones Mini Market round the corner, our beer shop.
I got down from the community theatre I go to. That was a shop.
But it's a good record, good album. Really like it. Really, really like it. So, there's a lot. I'd say sometimes black metal gets a bit of a muchness, but I think they managed to get a bit of a new twist on it. You know what I mean? It was really quite well produced, but they still managed to get that sort of rough sound to it. So
I'll dig into that Werewolf, but right, let's just go like that.
Random.
Out.
Well, I got another.
This is a weird album. Black Flag, Family Man. Now, I don't know if you know Black Flag. They're like an old punk band.
Yeah, I do know that. Wasn't Henry Rollins in them?
Henry Rollins, yeah. Really great band from like the late 70s, early 80s, up to about 86. They started out as like a sort of more traditional kind of punk band, then they progressed into hardcore and then all sorts of weird stuff. And this is actually a spoken word album, believe it or not, and an instrumental album. So it's a really weird one and a crazy album cover. Their album covers are really weird. Cartoon, like hellish scenes, but in a cartoon style. Yeah. It's not that good an album, to be honest, but it's interesting that they were doing something a bit different. I guess. I love Flag. Black Flag are great.
I've not heard that album.
Yeah, it's weird. It's proper weird.
But interesting fact about Black Flag, they went on tour with Saint Vitus back in the day.
Yeah, they're on the same label.
Yeah.
Saint Vitus sound like Black Flag, but slower.
And a bloody.
So these are the albums you want from Black Flag. First.
Oh yeah, I know the one with. I know the one where he's punching the mirror. I know that one.
Yeah. And My War's really cool as well.
Not a band I know anything about.
Yeah, if you're not really into your punk, I guess it's not really gonna like.
Don't have albums. Just don't have albums.
It's really good because they're really raw, but some of their like 80s stuff sounds like they incorporate a bit of sort of metal with the music and even a bit of progression. It was kind of weird, wasn't it? Like, but still raw as hell,
Yeah.
Great stuff. Well, that's my first album.
There you go. Right, Grace, your turn.
Gray.
Go.
You just shut Fragments?
Never heard of them.
Nah. It's because it's brand new. That's why I've never heard of them.
No, all the bands all bands I have in my collection. Obviously, I know.
Too many bands.
I know too many bands.
Anymore.
I'm like a walking encyclopedia to most people I know. It's like,
you need to get a lamp in that room now. Yeah.
You know so much about your metal. It's like,
so dark, mate.
I invest my time.
I've been darker.
I invest my time so much in it. That's why I know too much.
Yeah. You see, you start off like that, and you get out and you can't be fucked anymore. It's like, fuck it. Too much fucking bother now. It's got to be Forbidden Evil, fucking one of the best thrash metal albums ever. Fucking amazing album.
Yeah, great
Definitely
record.
Their best.
Great record.
Fucking save that for our top 5 thrash album show.
every single song on there is bloody awesome. Like the second, a lot of people really rate the second album. I thought the second album was boring in comparison, to be honest. Twisted into form. It's got decent tracks. And like maybe it'll be like any other like thrash band will be pleased to have it as one of their records, but this one is just like heads and tails above everything. And I paid £3.50 for it.
WH Smith's on a Saturday afternoon.
It'll be worth more than that probably now.
Not half. Yeah,
I just think so. So go from the record tape music exchange.
Oh yeah. Where my dad worked. Yeah.
Notting Hill Gate one. Yeah.
They keep putting the price down every 2 weeks by 50p or
Did
£1.
they?
Yeah, that's what they
right.
do. Every 2 weeks they put the price down.
So anyone remember that artist Kent Matthew? Did he do any other?
It's a great album cover, though, isn't it?
Kent Matthew.
Oh,
it's a really good. I've got this painted on the back of my leather jacket. My leather jacket got the skulls crashing together on the back of it.
A wicked album cover.
Mm.
So we're thinking of doing that, Jake. Actually, like
very simple.
Yeah,
super effective.
If I can get a few people to do it, we're thinking of doing like our favourite 5 thrash albums and do like a countdown thing with honourable mentions. We might do that.
A bunch of thrash metal albums in there. Hit my 5.
I'll let people know, see if they're interested.
I can do that with death metal, black metal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll do a thrash and we'll do a death and whatever,
It's kind of like a destroyed cityscape in the back. I wonder if that's supposed to have been like San Francisco or something.
Yeah, maybe.
You got the water there, so maybe it's the city of the bay, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Before you get into your second album, Jake, and get a beer.
Right, yeah, I got my second one ready to show. I'll show it when he gets back. It's a classic death metal album. I'll just let you know now. Not telling you which one it is though. Not yet, not until he gets back.
Wait for Elric to come back, are we?
Yeah, no.
No worries. Apparently, this band are worth a listen. They are worth a listen. And TGE Whiplash. Oh, and Get Whiplash. Okay. I might go and look them up now, see if I can find parameters. I'm going to look them up, see if I can find a track that we can maybe play on the. I haven't got a fucking D working on my bloody keyboard, though.
No, what's Phil?
Phil's gone now. I got Sabro Stout. Same company. This time it's a full bottle grab. It's not gone anywhere.
Oh, well, you dropped it. This band, we've got back with Parameters. I'm going to give him the. Parameters is here. Put the thrash back in metal. We can't value our help. Please like, subscribe to our videos.
I love Whiplash. Remember I played it on our show we did when we used to do Beer and Vinyl? You hadn't really heard that album? Fucking love that first Whiplash album. It's fucking awesome. One of them great underground thrash
I don't know if they're talking about that's the Whiplash they're talking about. I think it's worth a listen and the Whiplash. I think it's talking about from banging your head. Yeah.
But the Whiplash album is fucking awesome. Power and Pain. Go for it.
Next one was one of my favourites and one of my favourite death metal bands. Boltfur, Fourth Crusade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Love it.
Do you find that album's like I like it? Do you find it's a bit slow, that one though? I
like the slow bits.
Yeah.
I like death metal.
I think the further on they've got the Boltfur albums, the slower they've got.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But I'm a big fan. I like that album, but I'm a bigger fan of probably War Master and Realms of Chaos.
Yeah, Realm of Chaos.
Yeah. And the album covers are fucking awesome. They're amazing.
I think there's a picture of the band in here. Yep, there they are.
Yeah. Joe Bench.
Yeah, quality.
Well, because
we loved her.
Because I've had Cole on the
last time I saw them was at the Asylum in Birmingham, and they were playing away. It was just a one-off show, and they were playing away. Some lad got up stage to dive off, and he went up and gave her a peck on the cheek, and then jumped back into the crowd.
Oh bless! I think I would have to do that.
and there was a massive roar went up from the crowd. It did.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Death! Come on. Yeah, they're a great band.
So yeah, they're a great band.
I love this album because it's the first song I heard from it was the title track because I saw the music video where it's just
smoke,
and it's just
or you can see smoke in the odd head.
It's just in cold.
The old windmill.
Just a heavy album. It's just
it's good.
Fucking, I don't know what to say about it. It's just a fucking awesome album and
fair enough.
One of my influences for my own death metal band, which I will be working on very soon.
Good band. No, very good band.
The only time I got to see him was Damnation.
Is that great? What? Graham?
Just so people say that Suffering sounded a bit like Bolt Throw was always being compared to him.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not really going to talk much because I can't fucking. You guys are jumping all over the place, and every time I try and talk,
you're jumping all over the place.
You guys can, no, but for me, you guys are jumping all over the place. I'm saying, for me, you guys are jumping all over the place, so I can't really hear what you're saying half the time.
It feels all right on my end. I'm fine. But again, I saw Bolt for Damnation Fest 2014. That was the only time I got to see him, and then obviously
wicked!
They lost.
That was the last ever gig. That's the last ever gig they played.
That was the last gig I ever. That's the only gig.
The drummer died, didn't he? So they
called it a day after that. Yeah.
Because when I walked in, when they were playing Mercenary as soon as I walked in.
Oh wow! Yeah. One really cool thing they did in London was something called the Bolt Fest.
Went to that.
Yeah, me too. It was hard, and it was like, what was it, £8 or something?
It was. They wanted to make it free, didn't they?
Yeah,
They couldn't do because it has to go through a ticketing agency. Then there's an insurance thing and all that with it. So they had to be a minimal charge, and it was £8.
So pretty much that was just the overcharge, wasn't it? Nothing to the band, and it was Autopsy, Discharge.
I was trying to say the band.
Grand Magus and Cathedral.
Yeah, what a lineup!
Yes.
Sadly, I missed that. But
that was quality. I was well wound up when Cathedral played Stained Glass Horizon. I thought, this is well impressive. This is.
Obviously, I've had Carl on Jake's Metal Chat. I've had a good chat with him, but he called me Jake, not Jake. No, he called me Jack. Sorry.
Jack.
I was like, Jack, but I'll let you off.
Seeing Autopsy was amazing though, because they didn't really play that much.
Chris on Jake's
I think they shared the studio together, haven't they? And that's why they became good friends, and that's why they came and played, wasn't it?
Yeah, right.
And same with Discharge, they always seem to record at the same time, apparently.
Discharge. I'm hoping to see Autopsy next year at UK Death Fest. So that's going to be good.
Yeah, they're coming over, aren't they? Yeah.
And Massacre and Mortal Skull and Cancer I've seen before. I hope you're going to see Cancer again.
Mortal Skull's last album was fucking
Mortal Skull was fucking great. Because the singer was my first David Gregory was my first bloody guest on Jake's Metal Chat.
Oh, nice.
I just asked him, do you want to be on my chat series? Yeah, sure.
That's a big name to start up with.
Fucking awesome album.
Yeah.
Good. Heavy, it's also fast, so it's got a bit of everything for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not your
No, it's basically
it's basically
lots of dreamy riffs. Their own sound.
Yes. I'm for the old school.
What you got for us, Phil?
Right. Right. Back to the 80s. No, sorry, the 70s.
Oh, even better.
This is the first album I ever bought.
Killing Machine Olsen.
By Judas Priest. I was 11. Is that better, is it? Is that better? That's it.
Yeah, we got it.
Great album. That's it. Superb cover.
Oh, yeah, I know that Judas Priest.
Yeah. So, looking at the date on here, it is 1978.
Yeah.
So,
on NDR, I've been doing years shows, and I've just done my 1978 show.
Yeah.
And I played Delivering the Goods.
Nice one. The classic Hellbent for Leathers on this album as well. So, it's it's a good album. It's a good album, actually. It's not one that you would say it's not chocker full of hits. But it's a really good album. It's really well done. For 1978. Not Forever.
Yeah, Not Forever. Take on the World, I like. That got a lot of people. I actually really like that song.
I've seen a video. They used to be on YouTube. I think it got took down, of Overkill doing a cover of Take on the World at not Bang Your Head Festival, Rock Hard Festival in Germany, doing it live, and it sounded absolutely brilliant. It just suited Bobby Blitzer's voice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was a really cool version.
I'll tell you what I really like off this as well is the ballad, Before the Dawn.
Yes, Before the Dawn.
I think it's excellent. I think Priest did ballads really well.
Yes, well, you think of Beyond the Realms of Death, don't you? And Diamonds and Rust, when they do that as a ballad, is absolutely superb.
Black Rose of Summer off the Sin After Sun's good. Yeah.
So, but this is the first record I ever bought, and I think it was about £3, Graham.
Okay.
It's a lot of money then.
Okay, no.
I only know the SOD version of Diamonds and Rust.
Yes, I have.
Diamonds and Rust.
That's the only version I know.
Well, and also, for 1978...
as well. It's not even a Priest song.
For 1978... No, it's not. This is the black vinyl version. There was a red vinyl version of this.
Oh, have I got that? Let's have a look. Oh, come on.
Vinyl collectors.
Ooh.
I had a feeling I had the red one.
Yeah.
I had a feeling I did.
Vinyl collectors like, oh, do I have that one? Do I have it? No.
Yeah, but for 1978, that's pretty radical to have a red album, a red vinyl album there.
Quite unusual, and it's also not opaque. It's like a see-through kind of. I remember that the Cheap Trick live at the Budokan. That's the first time I ever saw a coloured vinyl. Was that one? It was a yellow one, wasn't it?
Was it right? Okay, I don't know. I've not got that. I've seen that. So, but, there you go. That's a blast from my past.
As you were saying, first albums you bought. Well, the next one I'll show you is the first one I ever bought.
Okay, cool.
The first album I heard that was Scream for Vengeance. That's
the first one. Yeah, the first song I ever heard was from that album. It was You've Got Another Thing Coming.
Yeah.
A big American hit.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to do that into the second section, see what comes out. Oh my God. Oh my God, embarrassing, mate. I don't care.
A CD and a vinyl.
Diarrhea.
Brothers in Arms. See, we grew up with Dire Straits. I don't mind Dire Straits. They're okay. They've not aged very well, I must admit.
Not really.
But this was their big multi-fucking platinum album. It's a bit poppy, but Money for Nothing, everyone remembers that with Sting, So Far Away. Walk of Life is good. Your Latest Trick's a good song. The Man's Too Strong. That's a really good song as well. It's all right. And Brothers in Arms, actually, the title track is a really
great song. That's a great
song.
It's
a beautiful song.
Well, I also have the vinyl as well.
Yeah, there you go. There's no such thing as guilty pleasures.
I have it as well.
There you go. Cool. See?
Well, because my dad has this on CD, and I remember listening to it in the car, and I was like,
I remember Money for Nothing video was like the most futuristic video made at the time. I remember.
Every time I say, "Oh yeah, I got that Dire Straits album," what's it called again? Brothers in Arms. Yeah, that's the one.
Is it Blood Brothers by Iron Maiden just their attempt to do Brothers in Arms?
Blood Brothers, yeah.
Just their metal version of Brothers in Arms.
Yeah, fucking.
It's a different song. But no, it's a good album. Good album. Yeah, I'll go back to Dire Straits occasionally.
Yeah, I'll just
it's mainly for work because I have like a commercial playlist at work.
I'll just listen to
Dire Straits on that.
When I'm on my listen to all sorts.
Graham?
Away for Graham.
Can't be fucked, mate. I've given up.
No, when I'm on my walks, I'll put on death metal or something, and I was like, "Oh, I got some folk music. I'll put that on."
Come on, what's your next album, Graham?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
We'll shut up and let you talk.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that's the fucking Dire Straits one. They were supposed to be singing about poison or something in the lyrics when they were talking about the guys on the MTV. Remember that? Yeah, that's it, yeah. Well, it's supposed to be poison they were talking about, looking like girls or something like that. I can't remember what it was supposed to be now.
Well, he keeps saying the word faggot all the time, which, quite frankly, you wouldn't be able to say that now and have it.
No, that's just like they were talking from the perspective of to work with, wouldn't they? So it's like they use that kind of language,
Quite funny,
unfortunately, still to this day. This is Ripping Corpse, really cool death metal.
We love this band, didn't we?
Yeah, really cool, caustic, nasty vocals. It's got a really cool. It's like really short blast. Like most of the songs are under like around about 2 minute mark, and they're just really sort of fast, nasty bastards. I think it's Eric Rutan's first band. I think.
Eric Rutan's. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was his first. Yeah. And
it's wicked, Jake. You can hear it. It's really good stuff.
Who's he playing with now? Eric Rutan is playing with Cannibal Corpse, isn't he?
Can't remember.
Yeah, I think he plays for Cannibal Corpse. Plays with Cannibal Corpse now, doesn't he?
Cannibal Corpse now, and
he did Morbid Angel for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did Morbid Angel.
He had his own band, didn't he?
So wrote every time played in Morbid Angel.
What was his own band called?
Hate Eternal.
Hate Eternal, that's it.
Oh, well, nice one. Well done. You get 10 bonus points for that, Jake.
Yeah.
Was that Eric Rutan, was it? Hate Eternal?
Yeah, Focus as well.
That's his brand new.
I think he... Because there's another band that came from Ripping Corpse, Dim Mac. I think he might have been in that as well. Dim Mac.
Oh, yeah,
I can't remember what.
I've heard of him.
Can't remember what the back was in.
It's very similar style to Ripping Corpse, but it's to do with the martial arts. Dim Mac is the death touch, apparently.
I know Ripping Corpse because of that album, and it's one that everyone should know. If not, go fucking listen to it.
What's that?
My favourite.
Early 90s or late 80s or something. What is it?
What that?
This one, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's
90 something, 91.
It's got to be late. It's either 90 or 89 or something like that. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. It's pretty old.
I'm gonna have a look.
I can find 91.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah.
91. Well, my favourite song is Anti-God because it's like to do with Cthulhu. The ancient, the anti-God, Lord of the unholy ones, yeah. Deeper, deeper, in was the found. Chanting, chanting, Cthulhu cometh now. It's just quality lyrics.
He loves Cthulhu, really.
I just looked at archives. It came out on the 1st of June 1991, so it's already had his 30th birthday, that album.
Cheers, Werewolf. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
I know exactly what it means.
Does anyone want to listen to this band that a guy just suggested to us? I just downloaded one of their songs, that Framadus.
Yeah, sure.
Check it out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go get a beer. Framadus is a song called Mighty Metal.
I'll show my next album.
Okay.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Phil liked it.
It sounded.
I'm
It
here.
sounded like, it sounded like it was like an 80s one or something. It sounded like it was an older demo than
It sounded
it was.
like listening to Exciter or somebody like that.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
or a bit early overkillish sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
Did you notice in the picture there's a little Eddie?
Yeah.
Kid as
I
Eddie,
didn't
wasn't
notice
there?
Yeah, I noticed that. As soon as it came out, I was like, oh, it's Eddie.
It was cool, just a fun sort of proper metal tune, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Mighty metal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
Mighty
Check
Metal.
the YouTube channel. I posted it in the chat. If anyone wants to go and sub up their YouTube channel, I'll put the link in the chat so everyone go sub them up.
Okay.
Whose turn is it for the album? I've already lost my way.
Probably me, I think.
No, Jakey boy.
Jakey boy, yeah?
So Phil mentioned the first album he bought. Well, here's the first album I ever bought.
Ah, nice. Yeah.
Son of the Seventh.
First time I saw Iron Maiden was on that tour.
This came out in 1988, this album. So.
Yeah.
Where was that at Elric?
Yeah, at Hammersmith.
Yeah, that little thing that the little girl is like, help me.
Yeah.
Little baby.
Like a glove puppet. Like a stuff.
Yeah.
Eddie is not a
little-
man. He is a god.
Little Eddie Placenta.
Yeah,
Eddie
Eddie is not a man. He is a god.
I love Seventh Son. It's a great album.
But yeah,
Manchester Apollo for me.
when I was about 12
Right.
or 13, something like that. I remember just putting it on my old computer at my mum's house. Just stuck it on and played it all the way through. And I was like, yeah, this is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that was my first gig. Monsters of Rock '88 was on the support.
Yeah, I was at that.
So
day
all
as well.
the set there and all that, all the icy kind of like.
The Ice was a cool set.
Yeah, it was a good gig. I really.
And I play with Madness. That was the first
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
The evil that men do. Evil.
Yeah, I didn't like that album that much actually. I was kind of, I think I was kind of so like up for
Quite
it, so
progressive,
hyped for
isn't
it, that it couldn't possibly live up to my expectation. You know what I mean? It's like I think he was kind of hiding to nothing because it could not be good enough to appease me. I don't know.
I had that poster on my wall as a kid.
Oh yeah, the booklet. I can think it. Oh yeah, the booklet just goes straight into like. Oh, yeah.
I get that, Graham. I do get that, but I was so fucking.
Yeah.
I made the nuts. I just thought this was the bollocks as well. You know.
Oh,
It is.
the
It's great
gig was
album.
fucking amazing. The
Yeah.
gig was fucking brilliant. And all the, you know,
Book.
yeah.
They put so much effort into the show. You know what I mean? It wasn't just a drum kit and a wall of Marshalls, was it? You know what I mean? It was something else.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I saw the World Slavery Tour, right? When it was all the Egyptian thing, and it was unbelievable because they had this massive, great big Tutankhamun Eddie mask come up at the back, and then it came apart, and there was Eddie with all the bandages on. You know what I mean? And the fireworks coming out of the face like this. Something else, you know? You think you're stood in front of the mixing desk at Manchester Apollo, and you're like 30 foot away from the stage, and that's bellowing at you like off the stage. You think, and they're just going into Iron Maiden or whatever. You think, fuck me, you don't get any better than this, does it? You know what I mean? And they were up there, weren't they?
Yeah, they really were. Yeah, especially in Britain.
Yeah.
Especially in Britain, like, all them singles got top 5. Didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he shot to number 1 in the album.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Yeah, after Number of the Beast.
Yeah.
I've got a picture of me aged about 16 with Infinite Dreams post in the background. I ripped off, you know, these like past the posters and the like railings. I sort of ripped it off and took it out.
Excellent.
It was massive. It was huge.
Yeah, that's.
I remember.
I ever bought.
First album you've ever had. Yeah.
Wow.
First one I ever bought.
Good start, Joe.
I remember
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Good
I
start.
was going.
Heavy metal. Then it just went from there, and then I was like, oh, what's this death metal? It's just gone down there.
A lot of people start with Maiden, didn't they? You know.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
I started with all the classic metal bands like Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Judas Priest,
Saxon and all that,
Head. Then I found Saxon, like all those bands, like sometime after that, and then got into thrash and then death metal and black metal and doom metal, and it's just gone from
you progress, don't you, into all other fields? Yeah.
It's like, what's this grind?
Elric always
Still like it. Yeah, Graham.
You always say that I've got the crappiest of the classic rock band, don't you? I've always got I didn't really do an awful lot of classic rock. I've got a couple of Black Sabbath best of albums. I've got the worst bloody old Judas Priest album.
Yeah, you got the
I've
two
got Saxon
Priest albums.
What's he
I've got
got?
Saxon album that I thought was a pile of shit. Ram It Down.
Oh,
I quite like Ram It Down. I didn't mind it at the time.
it ain't that good.
Fly on the Wall by AC/DC. Another one was not
knows?
supposed to be much cop.
I got one of Judas Priest.
And Priest Live, he's got that Priest Live album.
I kind of went straight to the heavy stuff.
Oh, that gold-coloured one.
Yeah, the glammy sort of Priest era. It's all right. Don't get me wrong, it's still good, but it ain't like the upper echelons of Priest, does it? You know?
I don't think I even listen to it, you know. I don't think I even listen to this day.
I had that as a teacher. It's probably my favourite Priest album.
Yeah, nice album. Nice album, that, Jake.
Yeah, I heard it on YouTube. I was like,
yeah,
this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I had it as a fucking t-shirt. I was so gutted I lost it.
Much different from what I heard when I got into Priest. When I heard that, I was like, this is way fucking different.
It's kind of dark and moody, that album.
Moody and fucking, it's just fucking weird.
Actually, can we rewind to when Phil was talking about seeing Sabaton?
Right.
About who?
Sabaton,
When
yeah.
you saw Sabaton in Germany.
Right.
Oh, yeah. When I was on tour in Germany, yeah.
Do you actually like Sabaton?
Yeah, I do like Sabaton. I think they're great.
Because for me, they're one of the bands like I like a lot of power metal bands like Hammerfall and Nocturnal Rites or whatever, and Pegasus and like the Book of Heavy Metal band. I can't remember, Dark Dreams. I can't remember now.
Dream Evil.
But like, Dream Evil. That's it. Yeah. But Sabaton, I've seen them 2 or 3 times, and they just bore me to tears. And like, I can't understand because mostly power metal is really kind of catchy, like straight off. And Sabaton, a couple of times I've seen it, I'm just like, what is this? This is crap. I don't know what it is, but
I think
I mention it in case you put your finger on the.
we do a lot of World War II. Everything's all history-based stuff, Graham.
Yeah.
I'm into that big time.
Yeah,
so
that's not.
I quite like it. I just
didn't find
it goes like Crusade Wars and then World War One, World War
Yeah.
II.
Never been a big, huge power metal fan, though, really. So
I'm not the biggest power metal fan, but what I like the most is
appreciate it. It's the musician side of things.
John loved the power metal, so we saw loads of power metal and gothic metal, female fronted metal. But some of the Sabaton just left me cold every time I listened to them. Nothing ever grabbed me. I still support me.
Well, Graham, the last time I saw them, they sold out Wembley Arena, mate. So they must be doing something right.
I don't understand why. Because every time I've seen them, I'm like, yo.
It's bizarre because I saw them one of the first times I ever saw them play. They were third on the bill on some Dragon Force gig in the LA2. And then I saw them play TJ's nightclub in Newport to 30 people.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And they have seriously earned their dues and seriously done some touring in some right shitholes. And then they've headlined Hammersmith Odeon, you know what I mean? Which, Wembley Arena and sold it out, you know. You think, well, good on you, lads, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they pay their dues.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not going to reinvent. They're never going to reinvent the wheel, Graham. You know what I mean? But they are what they are. You know what I mean? And they found their niche, and it's a bit like I'm on the Marth.
They are.
I'm on the Marth is the acceptable face of death metal. Isn't it?
Yeah.
They found their niche, and away they go. And good luck to them. You know.
Say, it's like you either love it or you hate it.
Well,
but it's like every other power metal band I've enjoyed.
I don't like something
left me
Sabaton is like rave about it. So
I'm not the best person to talk about power metal because I'm not really that big a fan.
I'm generally brought into this discussion on a consultancy basis. Could you cast your expert eye over this comment, Phil?
My favourite, like, if I had to pick a favourite power metal band, then they weren't really power metal when they started. They were more like a speed metal band, but they progressed into the history power metal stuff, I really am a big fan of Gravedigger. I love Gravedigger.
Right.
And I suppose they are a power metal band, but I just think of them as just a metal band.
I would say they're more of a trad metal band to me,
Yeah, trad metal, exactly. Yeah.
He said about
they don't really have keyboards and that, do they?
No, they don't. No.
That's why I said
I don't think I've listened to Gravedigger. I think I might have seen them playing once at the LA2. Did they play the LA2 once? A good few years ago.
Yes, they have. Yeah, they have.
10 years.
They didn't play with Suicidal Tendencies or something weird like that, did they?
What's that?
No, they played. Who've they played there with?
By the way, you look like you're back to normal, Graham, by the way. Your picture's good.
Knows. Oh, yeah, it seems like...
you're good now.
I haven't got the thing... It's only taken an hour and 20 minutes for me to get a fucking win edgeways.
Yeah, exactly. You're good now.
I don't know what it is.
That's what I was saying about Blind Guardian in terms of power metal bands, but really, they started as a fucking speed metal band.
Yeah. So did Gravedigger.
No, I like Blind Guardian. Blind Guardian are cool, and I've seen them a few times.
Blind Guardian are excellent.
Yeah.
And they've evolved, but I think they've evolved quite well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they were a speed metal sort of melodic thrash sort of band, weren't they?
Yeah.
With the early stuff, Welcome to Dying and all that sort of stuff. But they have progressed, and they, and I think they've probably stayed true to the roots sort of thing in a way. You know what I mean? But they're excellent band. They're superb.
Yeah.
I can't fault them at all.
I saw my
this is why I wanted to talk about Sabaton, because I just can't understand it. Because all these other bands that I've listened to, I've liked most of them. Really get onto, because even though to me it's kind of like pop metal, because it's so catchy. You can't help it, so catchy, and it grabs you. But with Sabaton, I just stood there and okay, where's the hooks? Where's the sing along bit that gets into my brain? I remember seeing them support bloody Hammerfall fucking pissed all over them. Hammerfall, every single song of fucking, a cracker. And Sabaton, I could have just fucking sat at the bar and had a beer, It was really...
I see Hammerfall high voltage. I didn't really rate them, to be honest, but each their own, I guess.
It is each their own,
yeah. It's funny, isn't it?
It's got to be like an X Factor.
I just watch Powerwolf and they annoy me.
Right.
So it's just, it's annoying me. Stop it.
I don't listen to a lot of power metal because I'm not really a fan.
I appreciate the musicianship and all that kind of stuff. But
with death metal, it doesn't matter what mood I'm in. I'm always in the mood for it.
Oh yeah, me too. Anyway, it's my last album, isn't it?
Has anyone got a documentary they can recommend to Werewolf for Lunchtime to watch as he goes to sleep?
Metal documentary? Headbanger's Journey. It's probably one of the best metal documentaries out there.
I'll tell you what, another good documentary is the Rush one, Beyond the Lighted Stage.
Oh, awesome.
The Rush it's a Rush history documentary. It's fabulous.
That's really good.
It's well done.
Anything that Sam Dunn does, so the Metal Evolution.
Anything he does is brilliant.
Yeah, Metal Evolution is really good.
As well.
What I loved about Headbanger's Journey was it was the first metal documentary that was serious.
Yeah.
No tongue in cheek. No Decline of Western Civilization had. It was kind of silly. It
was like a tabloid documentary. That was.
Yeah. It was the first. It was almost like if you're at school and you're learning about heavy metal, it had that vibe to it. Headbanger's Journey. So it's good for if you're into music or not. You learn something.
That's what I liked about his documentary because he grew up listening to metal, so he was the perfect person to do it.
Plus, he touches on the extreme metal stuff, which everyone seems to like.
It's not just avoid, Iron Maiden stuff. Stick with that. No, he covers everything.
So I recommend that Werewolf. Any Sam Dunn Banger TV stuff.
Banger TV, yeah, that's right.
Banger TV. If you want to watch some stuff.
Yeah, the world one. What was that called? Metal. He done one where he travelled the world to different places. Oh damn. I can't remember what that one was called, but that was a cool documentary as well. Yeah, but the Rush one's awesome.
The Rush one is phenomenal to watch. It's just so funny.
Yeah,
and it's just really good, isn't it? Yeah. And it just shows us three people after all this time still really like each other. You know what I mean? Even though they're away from music, they don't spend much time with each other, do they? But when they get together, they actually love being with each other, and they're very funny.
Oh, no, let's not recommend the Metallica one because they're just shouting at each other, going "Fuck you!"
Some Kind of Monster is still pretty good to watch, though. But
I hate that band.
Yeah.
It's entertaining, aren't they? Have a tantrum.
It's just shit.
It's entertaining to watch them have a tantrum. That's what's entertaining.
That band finished after Master of Puppets. That was it.
Yeah. Game over. Flight 66 as well, the Iron Maiden one, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I stopped at that Black Album from Metallica.
But that's all Bruce's ego, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at I can do this. It's called Bruce.
Brexit Bruce, as he's called from now on.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I was talking about that on my band chat.
Yeah. Oh,
just as a quick aside on the old Judas Priest thing.
Yeah.
That was the last album they brought out.
Good album.
Love it.
Great record. Andy Sneap produced it.
Yeah.
But it's a really, really good record. It's very, very good.
It is really good.
I think it's a really good return to form.
It became one of my favourites that year. It came out. What was it?
Yeah, what's on that? Yeah. What's on it? Lightning Strikes is awesome.
Lightning Firepower, Evil Never Dies.
Yeah, that's good.
Never the Heroes, Necromancer, Children of the Sun, which is a great track. So, there's some really good stuff.
I like Flamethrower on that.
Yes, yeah.
Oh no, I like how Never the Hero is in the chorus. It's Never the Hero.
Yeah, it's a
we were made to.
Anyway, I'm diving into my records. I got my last record.
I think I mentioned last week when I saw an interview that he did. Rob Halford. He's such a fucking lovely guy. Listening to him talking, he seemed so genuine and so friendly, and that's a real nice kind of fella to chat with. He seemed like.
Do you ever watch any of the that metal show on YouTube with Eddie Trunk?
Yeah.
And it's an American TV program, and we can't get it over here, obviously. So they put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
it's called That Metal Show, Graham.
Okay. There might be an interview on that I saw him chatting on.
King Goblin. King Goblin.
I'm just showing this guy.
But Alfred's on that a lot. Alfred's on that a lot, and he's a nice bloke.
Well, ironically, I was talking about it earlier. I've literally pulled out the album. That was my first ever gig.
Two really great.
Destination Gotland. That's the only synthesizer music I really like is Jean-Michel Jarre. And I really like, I'm a huge fan of Jean-Michel Jarre. 70s late stuff. So after this, I don't really care. Because this is the Dotland show at 88. My sister was in the choir.
Yeah,
it was my first ever show. I was only 14, but super cool.
Before I got into metal,
it rained.
One of the bands that I was that I sort of got big into was Men Without Hats.
Oh, Safety Dance.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that one.
Canadian band.
Yeah.
Canadian band. That's right. Yeah.
Canadian kind of like
French Canadian band. Yeah.
I'm a
electronica kind of stuff. I had 2 of their albums plus their 12-inch single, whatever. They were really cool. I quite liked them. They were kind of really kind of odd. That's what I mentioned.
You know what?
Jean-Michel Jarre.
Can you see the thing, Julie? Canadian bands, odd, Rush, not exactly mainstream.
Yeah.
Voivod, not exactly mainstream.
Yeah, they're weird, aren't they?
Annihilator.
Razor, really brutal. Yeah. Sacrifice. There's a lot of good thrash. Sarcophago.
Hollows Eve. Hollows Eve Canadian or not?
Sarcophago.
Who did Strapardo? That fucking album. Slaughter. That's a great album.
Oh yeah, Slaughter.
Yeah, Strapardo album.
So there you go. See,
Canada have some weird stuff going on.
Canada has some weird thrash.
I get a lot of. I get this guy called John Asher who sends me loads of promos. It's all Canadian stuff, and the talent out there is insane. It's just loads of really technical thrash and progressive music. It's mad, and usually out of Montreal.
Mm-hmm. Don't watch that. Watch this. It's the heavy wants the sound. One step beyond.
Good. The early Madness is all right. The first couple albums before they went pop, not too bad.
Well, yeah, I've got a lot of favourite bands from Canada, actually. Some in my collection.
So you're Graham, you're sort of like the only music you're sort of like that you like that sort of out of like the metal realm is probably like the sort of 50s rock and roll, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of weird because I grew up with Mum's 60s records, so I like crappy old 60s tunes. And I like 50s rock and roll. And I don't know if you guys listen to my podcast, but at the end of all of my podcasts, I always play a secret song, like 2 minutes after the show finishes, and it'll be something wacky from the 20s. And I'm really into these daft old, like, music hall tunes and stuff like that. And when I play Fallout, like, online, I'm always singing along to some bonkers old tune from, like, the 1890s or something like that. It's like... just like weird stuff. It's kind of like
you just wouldn't expect from that time, you know.
Yeah, it's just kind of charming, kind of daft old songs, you know.
Yeah.
Find a very music.
What about you, Phil? Is there anything out of like the rock realm that you're sort of into music-wise?
I quite like stuff like Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine.
Oh, okay, I remember
that
them.
sort of indie,
like,
yeah.
Kind of
I used to be into punk a bit before I got into heavy metal. So the Sex Pistols I liked, that sort of thing. Clash.
You've got to check out that Black Flag then I showed you.
Well, maybe it might be right up my street. I don't know. So, but I listen to quite a lot of. I'm quite like if something's done well. It's well done, you know what I mean? It's probably worth a listen. Yeah, you know what I mean? Some stuff I find out is utter drivel. I quite like a lot of classical stuff.
Yeah, I like classical music.
Yeah, I'm like that.
I find it very relaxing.
The Cuckoo song, Lauren Hardy.
Yeah, I know that. I watched too much long.
Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia.
I played that one of my secret songs a couple of weeks
back.
Oh, really?
Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine.
We could do that as a duet, Graham.
Yeah, we could, but then we'd have to kill ourselves.
Yeah, fair enough.
What about you, Jack? Anything outside of the sort of rock and metal realm that you quite like music-wise?
Like I mentioned earlier, I like a lot of folk music.
Yeah.
Like the Dubliners.
They're a great band. They're superb.
My granddad, who sadly is not here anymore, he passed away in 2010. He listened to them a lot. And I remember one time my brother had to go get his computer fixed or something, and we were just in the car, and he put on the Dubliners, and I just listened to that, and I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." And I found more folk, and I listened to stuff like Ward Druna, Highland, Dave the Bard, Thon from Germany, a great folk band, a lot of folk from Germany and Scandinavia, places like that.
Yeah.
Did anyone ever listen to that Uncle Tom? Tom Matt. It was just That's Tom Angelwhipper to start off with.
Yeah.
It was like the German beer
music.
It's done metalized. I had a tape of that once. They were quite funny.
They used to play in the beer garden at Wacken virtually every year. Uncle Tom with the brass band, wasn't it? Like
umpire band, pretty good. And we love it as metalheads. We go mad. We just love it.
I listen to folk music as well, but what I grew up on was a mix of everything. My dad liked Earth, Wind and Fire, Korn again, Bruce Springsteen, Dire Straits, and my mum was Elvis, Frank Sinatra.
Oh, Jennifer's on.
Yeah.
So I still like Queen to this day.
Yeah, I love Queen.
Right.
I still from the band.
I just kind of had a little flashback. Evelyn. I remember when I bought the Somewhere in Time album. The same time I bought Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time. This is just when I was getting into metal, just discovered it. I bought that Somewhere in Time album. At the same time, I bought the Communards album and the bloody 12-inch of Eurasia. Ooh, sometimes. I remember buying those
12-inch being the operative word.
Yeah. They were a bit on the I didn't really think about that when I bought it, to be honest. It didn't really bother me, but it was like oh yeah. Yeah, just a bit on the campsite. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I grew up with rock sort of hippie parents, so I was never into any sort of crappy pop music. All good music all the way.
I was looking at a lot of your old pictures on Facebook, and I was like, oh, I can see why he says his parents were very hippie-ish.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, they were.
Dad had the long hair and everything. I was like, yeah, that's a proper.
My mum and dad's music was shocking, really.
Yeah.
They're into like Neil Diamond and stuff like that. And, well, to be fair, he's good at what he does. You know what I mean?
Sweet Caroline, is that Neil Diamond?
Yeah, that's it.
Sweet Caroline.
They have got a mint copy of Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Okay.
Original issue, which is probably worth a small fortune.
My dad had a load of original Beatles.
Oh, yeah, the Beatles I liked as well because my mum liked them.
I love the Beatles.
But Queen.
See, I just think they're a pop band, so I'm not really into them.
They're a rock band. The Beatles. They're a pop rock band.
Pop rock.
Mm.
I love
the Scousers, which is another problem.
Listen to
Being a Manchester United fan.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Anything Liverpool.
Oh, God.
Werewolf mentioned the Jam. I'm quite a fan of the Jam, actually.
There's a really good couple of documentaries that were on Netflix, I think. One about the Jam and then another one about Paul Weller afterwards. And that was really interesting. And
that's a great band. Just
songs.
Crackling Rose, yeah, that's one of his, yeah. Forever in Blue Jeans as well was another Neil Diamond.
Blue Jeans or something, I can't remember how it goes.
That collection snap.
And someone else my mum listens to, and I got to see him live at the Ashton Gate football ground. That was Bryan Adams.
Oh yeah, I've seen him. I've seen Bryan Adams.
Really fucking good. That was actually my first ever live show I saw. And then after when I got into metal,
but then again, you see, something like Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys is a mega album. When it's been
mega production.
When it's been deconstructed, it's been analysed, whatever. It's one of the most influential albums ever.
Definitely, certainly production-wise as well.
Oh, completely. And the songwriting skills in them as well. You know what I mean? So interesting stuff. But, have I got one last record? Hold on, let's have a look.
I got one more.
I've
got lots.
Well, I was kind of like, my thoughts was going to be that we'd do one round and that'd take us for the first hour as we went through our first record.
Well,
and the second hour we'll go through our second record. And the third hour we'll go through.
It's been all right.
It's been fine. It's cool.
Oh, Hell Bullets.
Hell Bullets.
Oh, yeah.
On Divine Winds.
Right.
This is, probably one of my favourite death metal albums.
Is that really to do with the Kamikaze?
Yes. Yeah. It's a little World War II thing, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, they're only a part-time band, aren't they? Really, it's a collection of bloke. Was it out of Suffocation? It's just Ace Fix, isn't it? Martin Van Drunen out of Ace Fix, isn't it? Is a singer. Yeah. So, but it's just I heard a couple of tracks off it, and I thought that's really, really good at what it is. And then I took forever to get to see them because they never play. And I ended up seeing them in Hellfest. They played in Hellfest, and that's the only time I've ever seen them. And they were absolutely superb. So, it's just a really good album. It's just a really good death metal album. It's belting.
Certain band that never plays live, and it's like,
what album?
Yeah.
I'd
rather listen to this.
Yeah.
My last one is Dismember, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream.
Cool.
Some good old,
fucking
good
great
old
riffs on it.
Fucking Swedish death metal. And here's the guys.
Really cool album.
Covered in blood.
And it's a big version, so you've got lyrics there. And
nice.
They're
coming over to play as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are they playing this thing at Camden?
Oh, the Swedish.
The
Swedish Invasion one, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. They're coming over with that, aren't they?
I was trying to remember. I was like, no, it's not UK Death Fest. No, it's the other one.
Yeah.
And because I had Fred Epsby on Jake's Metal Chat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
He doesn't live in Sweden anymore. He lives in New York.
Oh, does he?
All right.
Because he's a sound engineer by trade, so he did a lot of gigs.
Yeah. They were only like 17 when they did that album. Is that right?
Something like that, Graham. Yeah.
Was
it three albums unfinished, wasn't it?
Yeah, because
in
my chat with Fred, he talked about. Obviously, I asked about Carnage. If anyone remembers Carnage.
Yeah.
Got Recollections album, showed that, and I said, "Oh, how long does this take to record?" I said, "Oh, not very long." And talked about all that. I said, "Oh, did you put any shows after the album?" I was like, "No, we literally split up after they did the album."
Right. Remember Carnage? There was like a double album. Carnage was one, and the other one was Cadaver. There was like a two-album kind of like package. Well, I never had the two-album package. I only had the Cadaver album. I didn't have the Carnage album. I don't think.
Anxiety.
But I think with them Swedish bands, the sound comes out of the studio because they're a Stockholm, weren't they? And like them, Entomb, Grave, they all had that really like that original Swedish down-tuned
sound.
Nasty sound.
Unleashed as well, maybe.
Yeah, a bit later, but they all had that nasty sound, didn't they?
The tunes were good. C, E, whatever.
And whatever Entomb were before Entomb, I've forgotten the name, Jake. What were Entomb before Entomb?
Nihilist.
Nihilist, that's it, yeah.
No, that's right.
Because that had Johnny from Unleashed. But they didn't want to kick him out of the band, so they split the band up, and then formed it as Entomb.
I first saw Entomb supporting Megadeth.
Shit.
I think it was.
I can't even fucking remember. I know I've seen them, but I've
when they were special guests to Megadeth in 1991.
I've seen Entomb, but not Entomb.
91 and 92.
I got to meet. I got to meet LG Petrov at Bloodstock 2014.
Yeah. And what a nice guy he was. A lovely, God rest his soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We get stuff autographs, so we had like a brief chat and got a picture.
He was always ill, wasn't he? Like always had health problems, didn't he?
He never looked. You looked at him. He never looked good, did he? You know what I mean?
Was it too much drinking, or was he had?
He had cancer in the end, Graham. He died of cancer in the end.
Bile duct cancer he had in him.
Yeah.
I never fucking heard of bile duct cancer.
I never heard of it. I told my mum what.
Sounds a good title for an album, doesn't
it?
I told my mum what cancer it was because she's a nurse, so she's like, "Oh shit, that's a rare one."
It's like pancreatic cancer, isn't it? There's no coming back from it at all.
Yeah, that one. Once you've got that, it's like bye.
Yeah,
it's a rare cancer. You can't treat it.
Gray, have you got a fourth album for us?
No, we had 3 each. We said. I said anyway, but
I did 4 albums.
I'll grab a fourth.
That requires me to go upstairs. I can show you a comic book. Look, The Coming of Elric.
Yay!
There you go.
It's got Elric's name on it.
Yeah, let's go with
I'll grab
my hair.
I was going to say a underrated Swedish death metal band that I thought was called Comic-Con. You got Comic-Con, Jake?
Yeah, I know.
They were cool.
Yeah, cool.
I've grabbed something from this column. I don't know what it is.
I think it had Van Drunen singing on one album, and Petrov, I think, sang on a couple of albums as well. I think
Petrov did the first one, then Van Drunen did the second one, then it was Mark from Morgoth who did the third one.
Okay.
We had a Swedish vocalist, a Dutch vocalist, and then a German vocalist.
Welcome to Morgoth. They were quite good. I saw them playing live.
I saw.
They came back a couple of years ago and played.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
They played Bloodstock.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw him at
Elric, a man of impeccable taste.
I saw Morgoth at Neurotic Death Fest in 2015 in the Netherlands, and then I saw him again in Bristol because they were on tour with Incantation.
They were.
Right.
That's right.
So I just pulled this album out without looking. A Motorhead, Snakebite Love.
Okay.
It's a good album. I mean, for a lot of people.
Yeah, bloody light in there, Owen, for God's sake.
It's
you
light.
You could be holding up a fucking world tea tray. We wouldn't know any difference.
It's easy to see. Come on.
You're a plank.
I cannot adjust.
The only way I can do that is to shine my mobile phone on me.
You need to get a lamp or something.
That's all right, but that's often considered to be like the one of the sort of poorest Motorhead albums. But I don't mind it. It's all right.
Where did you rank it in your Motorhead ranking?
Yeah, I did a Motorhead ranking, 23 albums. It was low, but it weren't bottom. It may have been.
What was bottom?
Oh, bottom was. I don't like the album that much. It was.
Well, obviously, it's the fucking bottom 1 out of 23.
Yeah. But Motorhead ain't done a bad album though. Hammered was my bottom.
Hammered, okay.
I'll agree with that. Motorhead's done nothing.
What was
really
the top
badly produced. My top, Overkill. I love Overkill.
Yeah.
Overkill.
So I'm a big fan of
My top
1960.
three is Overkill, Ace of Spades, Orgasmatron. That was my top three.
Orgasmatron, and I like 1916 as well.
Yeah, I love 1960, and that was around about 5th or 6th for me as well. Was up there.
Just
reminded me. I like Iron Fist a lot. I know people aren't overly keen, but I like Iron Fist a lot.
We were talking earlier on about Iron Maiden, about their stage show and like the Eddie and all the like, props and all that. It reminded me. I meant to mention it at the time. The bomber light rig from Motorhead, when that come down and dipped and the lights were shining off it and all that. I was like, that was fucking, that was like, wow, that's some fucking good. Yeah, that was really.
That's proper heavy metal, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like the Saxon Eagle thing, isn't it, Graham? You know what I mean? Proper heavy metal, isn't it?
This period, like you got "Love for Dogs of War" is a really good song. The title track, "Assassin." But like when you look on the back, like it's like what they looking like. You know, I want Motorhead to be wearing leathers and looking a bit.
Yeah, that's what
metal and rock, and it's just
I was going to say.
Look like that, and it's a bit.
It's not. It's not Metallica on the Load album.
To be fair,
it's not that bad.
Phil Campbell always looks like he's just got out of bed.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say about. It's not a bad album.
That's what I was going to say about Celtic Frost, because like you see the earlier ones, like the races and all that, and all of a sudden they dress up like the fucking
cherry orchards.
Right, we did a Celtic Frost album ranking as well.
Wine in my hand.
And that album is rank. That album is rank.
No, I was saying
that was our bottom album.
I was saying it looked like they look like they're in a glam van when I saw that. No.
I don't understand what they're thinking of, man. What are they thinking of?
Go back to the dark thing you were doing, and also
that was the way
then the latest stuff started coming up. That's how you should have stayed.
Yeah.
I got told off by Tom G Warrior on Facebook for bringing it up. He was in the chat. And I said, at least you'll still have that video for Cherry Orchards. And he went, all right, shut up now.
But how do you go from that album? Right? The next thing you produce is Monotheist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you get from that to that?
So how did you go from to the Megaferent to that shit, then back to something good?
Well, my number one album was To Make a Fairy.
Yeah, great album.
Right.
Yeah, To Make a Fairy was my number one.
I love Monotheist.
I kind of like some of Cherry Orchards songs now, just because the Cold Lake songs. I kind of like them because they're so bad. They kind of got into my head. Like I kind of like enjoy the crappiness of the choruses. You know,
it's I find I don't know that period like Into the Pandemonium I find annoying as well.
Right.
Just the way he does the vocals and that. Like the first 3 releases are great. And Monotheist is really good as well.
I was just like, heard that from stop to finish.
The production that is so freaking like
it's
heavy.
Dark.
It's crushing.
It's a dark, heavy album. It's a dark
wading through mud.
It's a dark, crushing, heavy album.
I see another one that talking about crushing, like Overkill, all fast, like fast. But Skull Crusher off of that, is it? I can't remember. Was like the full album? Is it? That is fucking awesome. That song, Skull Crusher. It's like,
I remember hearing that first. I thought, am I listening to the same band?
That's great.
They do it really well. I thought.
Yeah.
I thought they should do more Doom.
We don't hurt to change things up every now and again, and I thought that one worked. Definitely.
We need more Doom, not this glam.
Yeah, and that was Elimination and fucking so many. Overkill definitely were up there. Actually, I thought they had a period where they went down a bit after, like I Bleed Black and Horoscope. I thought they were kind of like, But maybe I was getting more
into the groove metal thing.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
And I think maybe my taste were getting more death metal at that time as well, so they weren't appealing to me as much. But the first 5 albums are fucking awesome.
Yeah. The new stuff's quite good as well. They've gone back up to it, like Grinding Wheel and stuff like that. Electric Age, that's another good record.
So many albums as well. There's another.
Oh my word! You're talking. They must be on 20 now. So, the one thing I was going to say you want to have a listen to is D.D. Verney has done an album. Now it's a D.D. Verney album, not Bronx Casket. D.D. Verney, and it's called. The track on it's called Cadillac Man.
Okay.
And the artist is called the Cadillac Band, and it's how can I say it? It's a bit of a big band sound.
Okay. Interesting.
It's D.D. Yeah. And
big band as an orchestra, big band.
Yeah. That sort of music.
It's different.
Okay.
Go on.
Google it, Graham. It's on the.
I can look it up on YouTube. I don't know how to play it now. It's probably got copyright. Cadillac Man.
You've got to worry about is copyright.
I feel that reminds you, we were talking about good documentaries.
Yeah.
Born in the Basement, the Ovical documentary.
Yeah.
About how they started. That's an excellent documentary.
Oh, wow.
It's on fucking.
Have you found it, Graham?
Yeah, D.D. Verney and the Cadillac Man from the album Let's Rattle.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like people that do something completely different. What's the point in doing something solo and it being the same? I've never understood that.
I'm going to check to see if I can. I'm going to check to see if I can play it in the stream.
I just thought of another good documentary.
Go
on. Autopsy's Born Undead documentary that they did.
I've not seen that.
Really
good. I haven't even heard of it.
The Cannibal Corpse documentary is very good as well.
Yeah.
Oh, the Cannibal Corpse.
You know the Overkill documentary, Rat Skates. Yeah. Honestly, the work he put into that band in the early days, you just would not believe.
Yeah.
It was his band. He did everything, that guy. Unbelievable. Yeah, you got to check Born in the Basement. It's such a good documentary. He did everything. Stage shows, songs, clothes. Because they were, in the early days, they used to dress up.
Big hair.
But, okay, I've not seen that.
Yeah, it's got a documentary on it, some live shows and... Yeah, it's a really.
The drummer, he would obviously the drummer Focus, he would have stayed with Death, but he wanted to go back to LA.
Chris Rayford.
Yeah, he didn't want to stay in Florida.
I had a chat with him on Jake's Metal Chat as well. We talked about that, and then Autopsy and Abscess and all that.
Mm.
Well, because I asked him, did you and Chuck fall out when you left? He's like, no.
No. I think he just wanted to go back to LA, didn't he, or something?
No, we didn't fall out. He was like, oh, cool. Yeah. And another good one, the Gates.
Oh, yeah, the Gates. Yeah, the Flames. Yeah.
Because I thought, I've got to put the subtitles on because they're all speaking in Swedish, but I thought I was going to do the English speakers. Gets to Shane Embry. No subtitles. Oh, God.
They were kind of stood out on their own in that scene, didn't they, at the Gates, compared to the rest of that scene. Yeah, they were a lot more original, a little more different sounding, aren't they?
Well, they invented that melodic death metal, really, didn't they?
Well, if you listen to their EP, the EP they brought out, I'm trying to remember what it's fucking called. Statues. The EP that they brought out before their first album, it sounds completely different from what they started doing.
Yeah.
It sounded more deaf to be fair.
Yeah, and they had the violin player early on and stuff like that. But no, they're very influential in that kind of melodic kind of death metal thing. Yeah.
Mike Ride had violin to start off with, didn't they? I don't know why I ever got rid of it.
What's that, Mike Ride?
Yeah.
He just does keyboard.
I think they brought it back now. I think they got a violin player again. Yeah.
Well, was it not a long while they never read it? I'm sure they got rid of it.
Oh, for years, they stopped. Yeah, they just had.
Yeah.
Can you play this video, Graham, or not?
I'm just checking it, mate. Just checking it. It's checking it now.
Oh, I'm going to take
one. I'm going to get a beer. Last beer.
I've got one more beer to go. What's the time? I've got to wait to the. Oh, I've got to wait 4 more minutes before I can have my other beer.
It's got to be on the hour, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, they still got a violin player. By
Yeah,
Dying
yeah,
Bride.
yeah. They brought
for a long while they didn't. I'm sure for a
No,
long
they
while they got rid.
Yeah.
They've,
From the 90s mainly.
they've had this violin player since 2009.
Yeah.
Right.
The one they got now, they've had that one since 2009.
Yeah.
I interviewed Andrew, which was cool. That's my first sort of big
Guys on
proper rock star interview. Scary, but he was super nice, you know, so it was all right.
I used to really love My Dying Bride. The early My Dying Bride stuff was some of my favourite. I was really into my Doom Death at the time, but it's a shame how many of them kind of like, you know, when they go away from their heavy, the deafness and just go, like, I can't never understand why Paradise Lost was so popular. I couldn't stand Paradise. I still can't.
You don't like the,
I found Paradise Lost to be dull compared to the other
I love the 90s
bands.
4 times I've walked out of their shows.
Yeah,
Shut
so
up,
you're
really,
the same to me then.
Oh,
Shocking.
shocking.
Is that the
Shocking,
next
right?
Fresh of Naked Bleeds or Cloud Withers? Yeah.
My
Do
favourite.
you like Doom Death as a whole, though, Phil?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I like.
So you're just like me. You just didn't get on Paradise Lost. Something.
No, I like Candlemass and stuff. That sort of stuff.
that's
Spleen,
Yeah.
you know, and that sort of thing. You know, I can really go for it big time. You know, so.
And I really enjoyed this one from
Val and Fire, they're a good. I mean, this is interesting.
Val and Fire, yeah.
Right, which is half of it is Paradise Lost.
What this one?
Yeah.
The Val and Fire album is the album Paradise Lost should have made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
More deaf though, isn't they? Val and Fire. I think they're more kind of deaf, aren't they?
Yeah,
Val and
well,
Fire.
yeah, you know, but that's you know. So
Alan Fire just.
Anathema was good. Did you like early Anathema?
Yeah,
quite like them as well. Yeah.
What about you guys heard?
That was a good My Dying Bride album. It was a bit of a comeback at the time.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, my favourite one is Turn Loose the Swan.
Oh, me too.
Right.
Turn Loose the Swan was awesome.
Love it. I love that.
I think I like the early ones. The first one I think was the best. Just fucking crushingly heavy, like crushingly doomy as well. Yeah.
Anyway, boys and girls, I'm going to have to
you
go.
You're going to shoot off?
I've got work to go to tomorrow. So.
Mate.
Well, it's been an absolute delight.
Are you on Arsebook, Phil, at all? Facebook?
Yeah.
I'll friend you and like maybe I'll sort out this.
We'll have a beer at Bloodstock, bud.
Oh yeah, of course.
Phil. Oh yeah, I'm going to be at Bloodstock, Phil. I'll have a beer with you.
Yeah, well, find us on Facebook and send us a request. All right, the pair of you.
The amount of people I'm going to meet at Bloodstock, like, it's going to be crazy.
I know it's been 2 years, like, you know what
I mean. I ain't gonna meet no fucker at Bloodstock, because I'm not going.
More for me, because I never went. I never went 2019. So
I have to see people if I go there.
Just
by the way, that song I couldn't play it because it's got copyright on it.
I got the Rock Society pass for this year. What was meant to
be? Oh, nice one, Jake.
I'll go to the backstage.
We're not doing. Well, yeah, you can go to the VIP bar, no problem.
We'll go to the bar. If you're there, we'll have a point.
Yeah.
So this is why I don't go. You let riff-raff like Jake in. That's why I don't want to go. It's like, come on, guys, can you not keep the standards? I don't know standards anymore.
I gotta go. All right.
Bloodstock's not doing the sign intent. I know that. So.
See you later, Phil.
We'll see you. Have a good week, kids.
Couple of weeks, we're back again. In a couple of weeks, if you want to come and join us.
Yeah, all right. Ta-da.
All right.
Cool.
Oh, gotta go get my beer. Yeah.
CDs back then.
Oh yes, the hour's gone. Let's play a song then. Let's go have a beer break. I was gonna play one of the ones we played last night. What one do you want us to play again from last night?
I'm trying to remember it. I can't remember.
The one with the cannibal tramp eaters.
That was funny. Oh, the kill the homeless, fuck the homeless.
Yeah. There it goes. It's a lyric video for we played last night on our vidcast. Angelic Desolation. I can't remember the bloody name of the song now is, but it's Angelic Desolation. Play, you fucker. Don't vex me, boy.
Oh my shit.
Kill the riff-raff,
Yeah. Still, best lyrics I've read all week.
Fuck the homeless. They're really the homeless.
They eat titties and cocks because they're not picky, basically.
They're not picky.
Picky.
Any kind of sexual organ, they're more than happy to devour to get their sustenance. There's probably plenty of protein.
You know what I got to do to like pour a beer?
Cocks and titties.
Take the bottle cap off.
Oh, are you trying to pour beer without taking the bottle cap off? That's a new one. That's a new level of Elricness there. You're getting a head start on senility there, Elric. That's to be commended. That's to be commended, dude.
Beer 101. Actually open the fucking...
Yay! Juice is coming out.
I actually managed to make a perfect pour that time. My third pint, perfectly, exactly the right amount of head. It was amazing. Last time I managed to pour, last weekend, I managed to pour beer on my lap twice in 2 days. It wasn't my finest hour.
Your finest.
Oh, we've had a laugh today. There's no bands today though. I'll try and make an effort next week to try and get.
Yeah, I should fucking make more effort myself.
Get some more stuff on the Fidcast as well for next week.
Yeah. So it's a bit sketchy. To be honest, I didn't think I was going to do it this week because I thought I was going to my dad's. I was sure it was the weekend I was supposed to be going to my dad's, so I didn't have it. So yeah, never mind. Fuck it. It's kind of awkward as well because a lot of people who want to come on are in America, and the time it's not really a great time for them. It's because 9 o'clock at night. It's 4 in the afternoon. It's not even beer o'clock hardly. So it's the
only reason why the lady from Imperial Fire didn't come on because it's 2 in the afternoon and she's working.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't quite work. Well, if Kenny from Evil is still in the chat, if you want to come on, mate.
Yeah.
Or anyone else wants to come and hang out.
I will say next week there's no Fidcast in Heavy Metal Hangout.
No, I'm definitely at my dad's, so I won't do it. I'll leave it
next
out.
weekend, yeah?
Yeah. So I did a couple when I was over there. It's not really fair to him. I go over to see him, and I'm fucking sat on my own in a room, fucking chatting to arseholes around the world rather than actually sort of hanging out with my dad, you know what I mean? Kind of defeats the object.
Fair enough, yeah.
I've got,
Can't defeat the purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully I've got plenty of opportunities to chat to arseholes like you guys. But
exactly.
Won't be an endless amount of opportunities to hang out with my dad, so.
Yeah.
I've got to prioritise.
It's going to be cool though, because it's going to be a lot of people, say hello to, including Jake, and stuff like that. It's going to be cool.
I would probably enjoy it a lot more now because I'm not working at the moment, so I wouldn't have to fucking. Every time I used to go bus stock in the past, I used to have to fucking go home Sunday night, go to work Monday morning, and I used to fucking travel home overnight on Sunday, get home at 2 in the morning, and get up fucking 7 for work or whatever. It kind of, it was just.
Where do you usually camp, Jake?
Is that?
Where do you usually camp? At Bloodstock.
Oh my God.
The biggie. Yeah, I've never camped there.
It used to be Asgard. First time I camped at Bloodstock, it was Asgard. So
I'm always Asgard or Valhalla. The last couple of times have been Valhalla, but before that it was always
Valhalla.
I've never done Midgard because it's the big noisy.
Surely you are not worthy. You are not worthy to sleep in Valhalla, Elric. Exactly. But you have not died in battle.
Yeah, that's true. I'm Elric.
So I will be at Bloodstock this year, and I will be in not Asgard, Midgard.
Well, to be honest, I looked at the lineup, and I'm looking at the lineup, there's not even much there I'd be that interested in.
I think it's good. I missed 2019 because I didn't think it was that good. I think this year's pretty good.
I went 2019.
There's a couple that I'd really like to see fucking Vio-lence.
Oh, yeah. There's some Fate pulled out. I really want to see that, but Creator.
Yeah. Seen Creator plenty, though. I've seen Creator plenty. But they're normally.
And you got the extra day.
I don't know that. That's just another day to get fucking exhausted on and get blown out.
You're an old git.
I got a Day of the Dead suit to wear for Devon's set, so I was like, oh, Dev will be on soon. I better dress up nice and smart.
Yeah. It's funny because usually the Thursday that I go there's not usually any bands I want to see, so it's the Get Pissed day. But actually, Wednesday has Onslaught headlining, so I really want to go and see them.
Yeah,
so I'll probably Get Pissed.
Onslaught playing?
Yeah, they're doing the Wednesday. They're headlining that Wednesday.
I don't remember seeing that.
Ah, you see? Now you're interested.
Yeah. I'm just going to help Werewolf by Lunchtime out if I can. So everyone prepare yourself.
Jump.
Are you ready for this Werewolf by Lunchtime?
Boom.
There you go. Hopefully that's cured your hiccups, mate. Let's hope so. Anyway, I might drop it in again in a couple of minutes just to catch you unawares. I think that may have worked.
You know what my ex used to do? She used to do my hair then. She used to hold her breath. And that was the way to get.
Yeah, I was.
Hold her breath until she was nearly dead.
Oh, well, that's kind of hard. That's kind of difficult. But yeah, I have heard that holding your breath is meant to be the way to go.
I'm not sure that worked, to be honest. But she was.
Isn't there some weird thing they don't actually know what causes hiccups? Isn't that not correct? To this day, science don't understand what causes hiccups.
It is weird, isn't it? You get it drinking beer quite a lot, don't you? I don't really get them that much, but sometimes with a bit of beer, I'll get them. But
science understand a lot of things.
Yeah, well, a lot of things they do understand, but yeah, it's some of the things you think they would understand because it seems so kind of like not obvious, but so like
science.
You think they would have cured? Yeah, you think they would have cured the common cold by now? You think, oh, they've managed to get a vaccine for corona.
A cure for cancer would be nice.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when I was watching something on TV. Like someone was on about cancer. I was like, oh, about all this shit and whatever. And I was like, thinking, well, if science actually understood half of the shit that's happening, we would have a cure for cancer and all that shit by now. But then we got some religious fuckhead saying, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah.
There probably is a cure for cancer, but they're just not allowed to fucking show it or something like that. You just don't know, do you?
That's the problem.
Why the fuck does cancer happen in the first place anyway? It's fucking bizarre.
Weird, isn't it? It is weird.
Yeah. Why does it fucking happen? Why do you? It's like your own cells just kind of like, oh, you know what? Fuck this guy.
I'm gonna fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Fuck this guy. I'm gonna start acting like a twat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many different types as well.
It's very strange.
Yeah, it is.
You've
got to try and get yourself a bit healthy, healthy.
Is it a genetic thing? But that's the thing with health is like you get these people who are fucking fit as a fiddle, fucking just dropped in from a heart attack. Just like, and then you get people.
Yeah, there's that.
You live to 103. What do you have a cigar every day and a shot of whiskey every day and it'll see you through.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But you probably find that they've eaten well all their life and exercised a bit.
Probably some genetics as well, kind of thing.
Genetics does help.
Watching a video on YouTube of it's a woman in Japan and she was like 103, 104.
Yeah.
And then it showed a picture of her as a little girl in 1900.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it, when you think of that?
It's like, it's just going to show you.
They said, oh, she just ate healthy, like a lot of fish and all that stuff all her life. And I was like, okay.
Like, you wouldn't believe Elric was only 16, would you? I mean, look at him, fucking hell. He's, he looks well haggard. And look,
lost my way.
I've cured him. I've laid my hands upon Werewolf by Lunchtime, and I've cured him of his hiccups. Hallelujah! All praise the Grey.
Well, Grey is Jesus. He is God. So there you go.
I'm not saying I am Jesus, but I haven't been seen in the same room as him. Let's put it that way,
Have you ever seen Grey and God in the same room?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like that question: who won in the fight? Let me is God. Trick question. Let me is God.
Yeah.
Fucking airheads. There you
go. My nan's 95, so she's getting there, and
But one of my nans is 81, and my other one's 85.
Yeah. She can she needs one of them pushers to walk.
Yeah.
And she's like constantly fucking ill. Like you do get the like. I'd love to go and visit her, but the COVID thing. I'm sort of scared. I might do now. I don't know. I'll think about it. But
you phone her? You have to talk to her on the phone, or
I talked to her on the phone like every few months or whatever. But I'm a bit. I do get the feeling there's probably not a lot of time left.
Exactly, you've got to fucking grasp the fucking opportunity while you.
Or she might live forever. Who knows? You know, she might reach.
She might outlive you.
Yeah,
she might
and she's like mind-wise and all that.
120.
It, you know.
You don't pay your rent on time. You might not make it to next month.
Yeah, you might kill me, mightn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. It's like my nan, so I go see him, but it's like I'm not vaccinated, so no, I better not yet.
No, exactly.
No, I got my first one. I'm a bit more like, yeah, I should go see him from time to time.
Yeah.
I wanted to wait for my second one to do anything. Really,
I got a bloody text message saying, "Oh, you can book your second jab for an earlier date." Well, that's good, but there's no fucking dates in Bristol, so I have to go outside of Bristol just to get it done.
Oh, that's a pain in the ass, isn't it?
You got your second finally, didn't you, Gray?
Yeah.
Oh, you
got a couple. Yeah, because it turned out they kept offering me Thursdays, and so I booked it, and then I cancelled it. And it turned out that the reason they were cancelling it because they didn't have the actual AstraZeneca on the Thursday; they only had it on the Wednesday. But they didn't actually fucking sort out their system to make it so I could book Wednesday for a couple of it was rather daft, but
yeah, the one I get is Pfizer, and I know someone who got Moderna.
Oh, you got Pfizer.
I think the AstraZeneca has been phased out now. I think they're kind of like,
it's like
I'm not using it as much.
For younger people, they're worried for under 30.
Yeah.
The reason why I wasn't getting AstraZeneca because apparently it causes blood clots in rare cases.
Yeah, but it's so rare.
Basically, it's the man of
You're more likely to die of coronavirus than you are of the blood clot. Boy, that way.
It's the man of all vaccines. It's like wimps and posers can't take it, basically. So, like, obviously, I took it because I'm fucking metal through and through. They're like, oh yeah, he can handle it. And they took one look at Jake and go, no, we can't let this little baby skin boy. Can't let this little baby skin boy have an AstraZeneca.
We
can't let him have a clogged artery and he just dies.
Although
he's worrying.
Manowar did sign a rental contract in their own blood, which is very metal and hard. And then they had to go to hospital because they got some sort of poisoning. So,
did they?
Yeah, so that
is that legit, or is that one of many kind of like?
Could be one of them urban myths.
Yeah.
So that's what I heard.
Well, I got my vaccine. I was like, I got a fucking sticker, bitch.
I wouldn't put it past them. That's something they would do.
In 6 months' time.
Oh yeah, they're gonna. Yeah. It's like I'll be like this. Oh yeah, I got my second jab. Well, you're gonna need a booster, mate. I'm only 30.
Yeah, they're talking
about boosters. At the end of the year, aren't they?
I'm going to be 30 in November.
Yeah.
Fine, just get me out of this shit.
Jab me up if it makes things safe.
Jab me up like this. It's just like this. I'm addicted to the vaccines. Give me.
Give me a jab. I think.
Dude, you're going to die of an overdose. What are vaccines?
Should be out a lot.
Too many. I'm just so immune to everything. Then it's like you're immune to everything. What?
I'm still debating a gig.
I should really have a flu jab every year as well, but I've never had one.
No, I had one when I was a kid, and TB jab I had.
I never had that, you know.
I had a meningitis jab when I was 16. So.
Oh yeah.
My dad had meningitis, and he died from it.
It was.
You get meningitis?
My dad.
Ouch.
You had it, yeah.
Yeah, because I had the meningitis jam and boosted jams and all that.
Oh wow!
Okay.
My dad nearly died of meningitis when we were kids. You know, he lost the. When he recovered, he lost the hearing in one ear.
Shit.
Meningitis, so my dad could only hear out one ear.
Yeah.
You know how that.
It's fucking scary shit. The amount of things that can go wrong with you, and every single thing let's think about it, every single thing that can go wrong with you, every single thing that can kill you, there'll be a metal band named after it. You can pretty much guarantee it. A metal band or a song.
At some point, there's going to be a band called bloody COVID-19.
Yeah, if there's not a million already,
Done that. A brutal slamming death metal band called COVID-19.
Yeah.
And someone will be like, "Ooh, too soon."
we played the track. What was it called? It was called 2020 AD. And it was a band all sitting there, all people with their masks on, showing all these gigs that have been cancelled and all that kind of stuff. That was quite cool. Yeah, quite cool. So, Carnival Agony, was it, I think?
Oh, I can't remember.
No, actually, I think it was Dark Zodiac. Dark Zodiac, that was it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll play it again later.
Pretty funny.
Yeah. But that was everyone. That was everyone's 2020, though, wasn't it? Apparently, Werewolf loves the jab.
Well, I think
Werewolf loves the jab.
I'm really annoyed, Werewolf, because I'm a massive rugby league fan. You're out in Australia. He's out in Australia or New Zealand?
He's Australia.
He's English, but he's out there, isn't he?
He's a South Londoner.
Rather annoyingly, I've bought all the World Cup tickets for the England games, quarter, semi, and final, and Australia and New Zealand decided to pull out of the tournament.
Yeah.
The two best teams have pulled out of the tournament because of the COVID bullshit.
Yeah.
But
I think that was a deliberate misdirection. He loves the jam, not the jab.
Oh, okay. Deliberate misdirection.
I don't like football.
It's a little bit of a move by the Australian Rugby League to like kind of say, "Oh, we don't care about your."
I want to see the All Blacks at some point.
It's so fucking annoying.
I don't see what I mean. They're professional sportsmen, aren't they? I mean, are they still professional? Aren't they?
I believe.
Yeah, why can't they just let them come over and then put them in a quarantine for a month or 2 weeks when they get home?
Because like other teams, like the South Pacific Island teams that are in the World Cup, they've got Australian-based players. Australia Rugby Union are coming over to play. Australia are going to the fucking Olympics. It's more of a bullshit fucking Australian Rugby League thing. It's more to do with that. And it's really annoyed us. And we don't know what's going on because I've booked hotels and everything.
Yeah.
Did you watch the West Ham match? This friendly against Reading?
No, we won 3-0, didn't we?
Yeah. It was streamed live on Facebook.
No, I didn't see that. But we're like fucking not signed any players. We got Europe. We're in Europe for fuck's sake. We got to sign some players.
Yeah.
Got a very little squad.
I could not give a shit about football at this moment.
Football at all?
No, I just don't like it. I used to like it when I was a kid, but after a while, I just found it boring.
You get that a lot with rock and metal, though. A lot of people that are into metal just.
I like rugby. That's the only English sport I really watch. You get
that a lot in metal because
New Zealand's on. Who are they against? Italy, right? Fashion.
I think what it is like metal is like almost like an alternative thing, and I think a lot of people like think of sport as being a sort of like
mainstream. Yeah,
that's what I did.
I've always loved sport. I've always been a huge.
That's why I never really stuck with sport when I got into metal. I was like, nah, that's too mainstream. I'll stick with something that's not so mainstream.
Like I'm a season ticket holder at London Broncos Rugby League. I'm seeing rugby Saturday and Sunday. I go to the ice hockey.
I only saw one rugby game. That was last year, and it was the Bristol Bears.
Rugby is just like American
football. I forgot to say actually. I played against rugby league side called Bristol Sonics. We got to like it was like a semi-final of the nationals, and we played. But when I was playing rugby league, we played a team called Bristol Sonics. Unfortunately, our team and Bristol Sonics aren't going anymore, but they're a really good side though.
Now.
Yeah.
As soon as
what was your team called then, Elric?
As soon as me and my mates got our beers and that, there's only three of us. Got to our seats, scanned all the tickets and everything. Got in, they scored a try.
Straight away.
What was your team called, Elric?
Hangout Bulldogs.
Okay, I think like I was joking with some Americans about American football. It's probably true about like rugby as well. It's like over enthusiastic cuddling. It's like they stand there and they go really rushing to cuddle each other as quickly as they can.
I watch American
that's what it is.
It's a painful cuddle, though, Graham. I'm telling you.
I watch American football when it's in season. So.
That's definitely that's over enthusiastic cuddling, definitely because they're like.
Yeah, Australia fucking like whenever there's like a problem and there's like in Sydney it was like five people got the coronavirus. Shut it down.
That's to me. That's the way to do it because otherwise you don't give a shit about your people dying, do you? You say, okay, we might lose a few hundred people.
I'll give Australia some credit here because
definitely.
When coronavirus actually first started coming around, they actually locked their country down straight away.
Yeah. The mistake we made was we never continued locking down on the first one.
Yeah.
Like we should have carried on lockdown to the end of the year, and then we would have fucking beat it. We didn't.
When it was February when we were here, it's like, nah, it's not near us yet. We don't need to lock down. And they got to March, it's like, too late.
Did we ever actually stop? Do we ever actually stop flights coming from other countries at any time? Or I don't know.
For a while, yeah, we did for a while. And that
it took a while before we actually stopped people coming in and like spreading it. But yeah.
Like the Indian variant come over here. How has that happened? Obviously, it's come from India.
We don't call that the Indian variant. We call that the bloody Boris variant because he left the borders open because he wanted to do a blinking deal with them. That's why he deliberately left them off he kept them on the green on the travel list just so that he could do his deal. But yeah, I agree with Werewolf. Like, it's good that they're like being very strict in there, but.
That's what I liked about Australia and New Zealand. At least they locked their countries down straight away. Oh, fuck them. And then everybody else is locking down now.
But in a sport thing like that, when it's like, whatever, 30 people, 40 people, 50 people, whatever the team squad plus the people would be, support team would be, they could go over and then just quarantine them when they come home. Quarantine and test them. Like, to me, that would make more sense.
Yeah, PCR test them before they leave and blah blah.
We think with the rugby league thing, I think it's a political thing as well.
It does make you wonder.
Masks mandatory. Well, it's the thing where in Britain now is like masks are not all mandatory because I'm stupid. There's no freedom.
I'll wear them though. I'll wear them.
So I still wear mine.
Well, I'm debating whether to go to the gig because I unless it's something I really want to go to, I don't want to be in a massive crowd.
I'm off to Birmingham tomorrow because my mate Jim Berman's putting on a gig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Are you doing Vio-lence as well? Are you going to Vio-lence? Did you say you had tickets to that?
Again. I've got to do the same thing I'm doing for blood, lateral flow, through the test. Blah blah blah, and all that. You know the trick. It's in Bromsgrove.
You can lie with a lateral flow, though, can't you? You can, because you have to test, and then you say, "Oh, did you pass? Yes or no?" And then you just say,
"Yes."
It's
bullshit. I was watching a YouTube video.
With the ones I've done, they've always been negative because I just don't see very many people. I only see the people I want to see, and then most of the people I've seen anyway are fully vaccinated anyway.
Yeah,
but then
that's what they're asking. They're asking our blood stock, aren't they, that you have a lateral flow and double jab.
You can be single jabbed or double jabbed, and you can still go to the blood stock, but you just got to do the test first.
Yeah, that's all right. It's free as well, and Gemma gets them obviously because she's a teacher.
Jabs there, flow tests.
Mm.
What?
Man,
I've got one more on the top one.
You still got to wonder if we're ever going to get back to fucking normality. Like,
we won't because
I got my second jab. I'll feel happy enough just to.
How's it going to happen if he keeps coming out of lockdown like he does? It's just not. I don't think there'll be as many deaths as there used to be because we're all double jab, but cases are fucking going
I'm
insane.
only single jab, but
50,000 cases a day.
Yes.
It's just ridiculous. We shouldn't be out of lockdown.
No, we shouldn't really.
This is turning into a blinking chat again.
Well, because it's fucked up everything. Well,
quickly grab a metal record.
Right, play some metal. Well, because it's fucked up a lot of gigs. That's the
I'm going to quickly do a check to see if there's any bands called COVID yet. I bet there is.
Or just coronavirus.
Yeah.
Or the virus of corona.
The only good thing we have done in this country is we got the jabs out really quicker than most countries.
Yeah, we'll slow down on that, and they've all caught up with us.
Yeah, because both my bands got theirs in January.
We've got two bands called COVID-19.
Wow.
Both, but one death metal gore grind and one death dude. Do you want to try and guess the countries that they're from?
England?
No.
America?
No, got a Brazilian band. Brazilian band.
The Brazilians fucked with it as well.
And a Russian band.
Yeah, Russia has fucked with it.
The Russian band were a doom death metal band. Let's see if I can find a track. Actually, I might see if I. So,
even though you call yourself COVID.
This band from Brazil quite weird. Death metal gore grind. Their first EP from 2020 is called "When the Traditional Margarine Commercial Family Dies."
Oh, wow!
What's that about? Was it like a margarine advert where the people died?
I like them already.
And then the album's called "Drink Like There's No Tomorrow."
Right.
Yeah.
Margarine.
Yeah.
Fucking wow. The album title just wow.
Yeah, Drink Like There's No Tomorrow.
Wow. But sometimes Drink Like There's No Tomorrow. I do that every fucking, not every day. But oh no, make this festival last longer. Drink Like There's No Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wake up with a bastard hangover I can't get rid of.
It's quite prolific. That's what it's quite kind of like. Considering these bands only formed in 2020, they've all got like 3 or 4 releases out already. I suppose in the fact it's been fucking locked down all this time, it's been easy to have spare time to do that kind of shit, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. That's what a lot of people said, you know. A lot of people have actually said that it's been a slight blessing in disguise because they've been able to write.
Well, yeah, kind of like...
not perform live, but able to write, you know.
Yeah. This band, COVID-19 from Russia, they've got 3 EPs and a full length. The EPs are called We All Die, Collapse of the Planet, and Hidden Fear. I'm sensing a bit of a theme here. And the album is called Death World.
Yeah, that's the theme. That's the theme right there.
I think it is, yeah. We're all fucked. But they've got a YouTube page. I'm going to see if I can find it. I think if we can find it. I'm going to subscribe to them because I like to give everyone a sub just to hopefully they'll sub me back. Like, let's play this single, shall we? Actually, that's quite short. Some of these are quite short. Extinction 2020. That's quite a long one. Let's go for their most recent video. Burn in the World single. Let's see if I can. You chat amongst yourself, or I'll see if I can play this.
Right.
Have you got any anti-vaxxers where you are, Jake?
Oh yeah,
We got a few.
Well, I'm part of a heathen group here in Bristol, but we're spread out. One of them's in Bath, and he says, "Oh, I'm never going to get vaccinated until some fucking year, the latest." Right. Just get vaccinated now, you dumb twat, because he's a performing artist, he's an actor. He's like, well, I'm not going to let you on stage if you're not vaccinated, you dumb twat.
Well, that's what they should start doing. Like, if you're not vaccinated, you can't do shit.
Yeah. That's why I want to get double jab before I go anywhere outside of this country.
My mate Mark doesn't want to get vaccinated. Chris doesn't want to get vaccinated. Mick doesn't want to get vaccinated. I know a few people.
Yeah.
I got a mate next door over. Well, I'm pointing. You can't see through my fucking house, which would be great. He says, "Oh, I'm not sure if I want to get it." It's like, and I'm thinking, well, get the fucking thing. It's going to save your life.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have it, you get it, you die. If you get your single jab, you can get it. You're going to feel maybe a bit ill. I don't know. Get double jabbed. It's like, oh, you got it, but you're not ill. But you can pass it on to someone else instead of fucking.
Fair dues, Werewolf. Fair dues.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that, mate.
That fuckwit that runs England. Yeah.
We've had a succession
We're out of lockdown.
fuckwits.
Everything's fine. 50,000 fucking people a day.
What? Sorry, who made this fuckwit in charge of this country? Not me. I didn't vote for him.
I still think I prefer the fuckwit to all the poisonous snakes and spiders and crocodiles and sharks.
You've got some crazy stuff that can kill you out there.
Yeah.
You have giant insects. I'm not into that.
Yeah. Not my bag.
Well, I remember going to
Plus, it's too fucking hot.
I remember going to Glastonbury in like early May or something, because we went to Stockhill Woods to find a place for the heathen group to hang out. Just hang out, have some drinks and food and everything. Went into Glastonbury. There was some people doing an anti-vax protest.
Oh,
yeah.
And
I was just like, oh, they don't want it. More for me then.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
It seems like nowadays there's so many like conspiracy theories, like anything. People like the flat earthers and the bloody there was no moon landings, and like it just like it seems on the most spurious of like evidence, or it's not even evidence. It's just what they feel. It's what they feel.
It's not evidence. Thing is that the conspiracy theory people, it's like they're conspiracy theory about lots of things.
Yeah,
it's like not just one thing; it's lots of things. So that tells me that it's just in their DNA to not trust anything.
Yeah.
Like how can you be conspiracy theory about lots of things? It's just stupid.
Mm.
Like fucking hell.
That's kind of like tantamount to paranoia, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
They're just stupid.
Mm.
I'm all about the anti-vaxxers. They're stupid as well.
Let's listen to COVID-19.
Oh yeah, let's put on some notes.
It's Russian doom death band called COVID-19.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
what's this song? I'm trying to find the name of this song. I've kind of lost the fucking. Where's the fucking song again?
We missed that Russian girl. Where's the Russian girl?
Oh, Alexandra.
Alexandra.
This is Burn in the World. This is their single from 2020.
There we go.
Super sweet.
Weird that it faded out. It didn't feel like the song was ended.
It was kind of weird. That was more. I was saying it was more black metal than doom.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking that had more of a black metal vibe.
That was Death Doom, a bit slower.
It had a black metal vibe. I agree. Probably felt more like black metal than grindcore, actually.
Yeah, but that was supposed to be grindcore.
Stuff
Yeah, pretty cool. You ain't got no gigs coming up, have you, Jake? Nothing going on. Just you. You going to Beerman's thing? What's he got a gig?
It's called Beerman Presents. The last one he did was 2012.
Oh, right.
Oh, wow.
So was it a gig or is it?
There's only 3 bands on.
Okay, who's playing?
We got Incursion from Wales, Ashen Crown.
Oh yeah,
I know, I recognise. Yeah.
yeah.
Listen, and Wired THC.
Okay.
Cool.
Never really heard of them myself, but
Ashen Crown.
But they all play in Birmageddon this year, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
And in prison are playing as well.
Ashen Crown mates with on YouTube at least with the singer. He's a cool enough fella. I tried to get him to come on for an interview once actually, but he never got back to me. I've got one of their songs I think still on the playlist here. If I haven't got rid of it, let me just double check. Ashen Crown. Maybe we can play that one at the end. We'll play out of it if I can find if I have got it. So I didn't get. I might have got rid of it now. Actually, fuck it.
Yeah, the gig doesn't start until 6:30.
So you got to go to Birmingham, you say?
Yeah, Birmingham.
That's a fair old trek for you, isn't it?
Couple hours.
Yeah. Very similar to leaving Birmingham from London, really. Pretty simple.
Oh, yeah, London's a fucking couple hours from there.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm staying at a hotel there, so.
Right.
And then home on Sunday. So.
They have you been to the rock pubs in Birmingham? I don't know how often you go there. That you got the Costermongers reopened, really cool place.
Well, where the gig's happening is Scruffy Murphy's.
Scruffy Murphy's, yeah, that's round the corner. I know Scruffy's.
I've been there before, but I haven't been to any gigs. I only went to the drink and played pool.
Scruffy's is really cool.
I can't remember if I went to Scruffy. I did go there once. We went. Me and my mate Mike. We went to Birmingham like after work. I finished work at 5:30. We jumped in the car, drove all the way up there. Fucking got there, found the venue. Like amazingly found the venue because we had no idea where it was. And I think it was before Satnams. And literally, I nearly broke my finger because I saw the venue just me drive past. I went there, I went whack, jammed my finger into the bloody well window of the car. Like because I was so excited to actually see the fucking venue. I can't remember if it was Scruffy Murphy's or not. We got there and it was like, oh yeah, gig's off. Yeah, so I can't remember why the gig was off. It's supposed to be Crabber 4, Evoke. I can't remember who else it was. Crabber 4 and Evoke.
But yeah, Scruffy's and Costermongers are right close to each other. Costermongers is the ultimate rock pub in Birmingham, but it closed for quite a lot of years. I went to the last ever Costermongers, the last time it was open, and it closed. The police shut it down. Don't ask, it's crazy, but they reopened it. That was cool. And there was another place called the Hammer and the Anvil, which was just round the corner as well, but that closed down, unfortunately. But yeah, all within 2 minutes walk of each other. 3 rock pubs. Fucking great.
Well, yeah.
And now two's better than that.
It's actually the fucking birthplace of heavy metal.
That's what I'm saying. It should be, every pub should be a fucking rock pub. It's the birthplace.
Because Jim Beerman does the Jim Beerman show on Top Rock and Turtle Rock, and he has a little snippet where he goes, "The Jim Beerman Show, sponsored by Scruffy Murphy's, Birmingham's #1 rock bar." It's like
there is a museum there of the music, the Birmingham music scene. I'll have to go to it because obviously, Sabbath, Napalm Death are there, and Sabbath. I'll have to check that out. I like Birmingham. Birmingham's cool. I got a friend from Telford, so.
Well, I remember talking to the lady who was working wine there one time. Yeah, I remember talking to the lady one time behind the bar and mentioned Napalm Death, saying I like Shane Embry, and she said, "Yeah, he drinks it."
Yeah. Well, he's from the Ironbridge, Telford area.
Yeah.
The band Cancer from Telford.
Yeah. Yeah, I had John Walker on bloody Jinx.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He lives in Spain now.
All right.
Yeah.
Talked about cancer and everything, obviously. Not the fucking disease.
I've got to go and see my mate Des, not seen him in a while.
Cancer, fucking cancer.
I love Cancer, it's so good.
Love that.
They were like the English Deaf, weren't they?
Yeah.
English Deaf.
Well, he did have James Murphy for a while.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah.
And, asked about James Murphy. He's like, oh, what was he like to work with? He was like,
I used to like Jasper Carrot when I was younger.
Yeah.
he was like,
Yeah.
he was all right. He was
I
like,
like
he's all right.
What's he doing nowadays? James Murphy. I think he used
He's
to be.
still alive. Jasper
Yeah,
Carrot.
what's he doing? He's done anything musically recently?
Well, he's still alive. Well, whatever the fuck he's doing, I don't know.
What, Jasper
Yeah.
Carrot?
No, fucking. Oh yeah, and Jasper Carrot. He must be getting on now.
He did music. Yeah, he definitely did music. He was friends with Black Sabbath. He was.
Jasper Carrot.
Yeah, friends with Tony Iommi and that. Yeah,
Blimey.
he's from Birmingham.
I was talking about Murphy.
Oh, James Murphy. Yeah.
James Murphy, yeah. But his best thing was Disincarnate, my favourite.
Yeah.
Dreams of a Carrying Kind. Fucking
That's
awesome.
album.
Yeah.
He was like the guest on so many albums, you know.
Yeah, one of my favourite songs from that Disincarnate album is
He's on
the Stench of Burning Paradise. Or Stench of Burning. That one.
He's on Testament's Low album as well.
Oh, yeah, he did Testament. But he said in the interview he can't remember doing it because he had a
Testament Low?
Yeah, he couldn't remember because he had surgery to get rid of a tumor.
Oh wow!
And for some reason he couldn't remember half. He couldn't remember half of that career of his.
All right, fucking hell.
Couldn't remember it.
Nah.
Someone reminded him. It's like, oh yeah, you did this. Yeah.
And Obituary, of course, is on that.
Oh yeah, he did.
Second album, Obituary, Cause of Death, he's on, isn't he?
It Cause of Death. He was on Spiritual Healing Death.
Yeah.
On that one.
The man.
He's done too much shit. But it's like, no, we just want you for your solo work. No, that's fun. Because that
Well, it's delete. Sorry.
Fucking do a solo.
Hmm.
So what are you saying?
Hey?
You were saying something?
Right? You're about
No, I've gone on fucking Wikipedia hunt and I've got started looking at Jasper Carrot. Because for some reason, me and Lisa were talking about Jasper Carrot. Just the name Jasper to me always sounded posh. For some reason, Jasper sounded like a posh name. Apparently, it was never his fucking name anyway. He's just a bloody
it's
stage
a
name.
Come on, it's not a real name.
I didn't know that. Jasper is like a name. I just assumed that was his. You know what I mean? It's like back in them days, they actually. I think they had stage names, stand-up comedians, but apparently they did.
Yeah, everyone has stage names.
Jasper. So what? Your name's not Jasper? You fucking liar.
Yeah, because it's a weird name to give yourself. Fucking unless he thought it was funny, maybe.
There must be some reason why it's
the
been
Carrot bit, obviously funny. Yeah. But I just assumed it was his real name. It's like, why would you call yourself Jasper if it wasn't your fucking real name? Apparently it's not.
Everyone has stage names back then.
I don't know, maybe that. Because it probably means there's a fucking 100 other people that I thought were called so and so and have got a completely different name.
most certainly in the 80s and 70s, most people don't use their real names.
No.
Most people don't use their real names. In music as well, even.
So Tony Iommi's real name is Derek Cumberplot or something.
What is that?
Tony Iommi's not his real name.
No, it's Anthony Iommi. It is Anthony Iommi, that's his real name.
He bucks the trend.
Yeah.
So I don't need
Geezer Butler was Terence Butler. Everyone just called him Geezer. Bill Ward is Bill Ward. Ozzy is John Osborne, but he was known as Ozzy when he was a kid.
Well, he's just short for Osborne, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
Lemmy is Ian, isn't it? But he was known as Lemmy.
Ian Fraser.
So they're not really stage names. They're more like they were just called that when they were younger.
Just nicknames.
Yeah, nicknames.
Mm.
But Lemmy's Ian, you know.
Yeah, Ian. It's like Ian get that won't work. Lemmy.
It's a pretty cool surname.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
From Osborne.
Fucking awesome. last name Kilmister. Yeah, it's like yes, awesome. Trying to think of other bloody musicians with wacky stage names.
What was that? Was it chubby fucking that fucking blue comedian? Like he wears a stupid suits, chubby something or other.
Brown.
Yeah, Chubby Brown. Isn't his real name Royston Vasey? Like the place that they did for the League of Extraordinary.
Yeah, that's his real name. And he even gets it on the show as the name.
That's a fucking mad name. Royston? Who the fucking hell's got a name like Royston? Royston Vasey. It sounds like a fucking complaint in the testicle area, Royston Vasey.
What comedian you've ever fucking heard?
What? You got a weird name, you fucker.
Yeah. He's already got a weird name. Why did he have to change it?
Yeah.
Maybe it was too weird that he wanted to change it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never found it it's like not Freddie Mercury, you know. It's just
that kind of makes sense.
Indian name, you know.
His last name wasn't Mercury. It was.
No, it's just like some long Indian name, you know.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but then he's like, that sounds better. That sounds better for stage.
My real name is Derek, by the way. I'm calling myself Graham.
Derek Fraser.
No, Derek.
I've made up my name, but that is actually.
That's true, yeah. That is your actual name, yeah.
My name was always Jake.
Jake, yeah. Always Jake.
Jack's real name is Susan. Susan Bristow.
I had a sex change very early. Through this massive
Could have been Eric Bristow, the dark player.
Yeah. Any relation?
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm related to him in any way.
You look a bit similar. You look like Eric Bristow with a beard.
Oh, I'll just say to him, "Oh, you want to do a DNA test? See if we're fucking related in some way."
Is he still alive, though, Eric Bristow? Didn't he? Not pop with his clogs, didn't he?
No.
Oh, he's dead now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was too late.
Yeah. Jake stole his organs.
So, are you related to Angus Fraser, the old English fast-paced bowler?
Of course I am, yeah. I'm related to Fraser McFraser of the clan McFraser.
So you're probably if you go back a few 50, 100 years, you're probably Scottish then. So it's a very Scottish name, isn't it, Fraser?
Yeah, so is Graham. Graham is. But the only reason I'm called Fraser is because my mum had she had a Scottish husband. I haven't got a fucking Scottish bone in my body. I had a fucking Scottish stepdad. That's the only reason I've got the name Fraser. So.
Yeah. So you're sweaty.
I'm not fucking sweaty because I just said the only reason I called Fraser is because my fucking my stepdad. I fucking don't even remember him.
I'm probably closest to Wales.
Before I was 10. My real surname should be Golding. That's my dad's surname.
Okay.
Golding, which is like Suffolk apparently. There's a village or something where the Goldings lived. But
I'm a Newby.
Whatever. Yeah, Newby's quite an unusual name.
Fairly unusual. It means new field, and it's a northern name. There's places up in Yorkshire called Newby.
Yeah.
And it means new field. But yeah, that's my dad's side, obviously. My mum's side is Powell or Powers, Welsh.
All right.
Well, I think like if
P-O-W-Y-S.
Yeah, if I go back probably to past my nan to my nan's mum. Probably Welsh. So if I'm English, but if I go back far, like I'm probably Welsh.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to find out that my grandpa, I think she was Irish. I think my grandma was Irish. I think when my aunt died, I saw like a death certificate. So they talked about I think that death certificate mentioned it was like a place of birth, Ireland or something. I was like, oh, I had no idea that I fucking had some Irish ancestry, whatever.
I haven't checked my ancestry. I should do. Really. It's an age where I should check it out. Really, you know.
It's Scottish, Irish, Welsh, Cornish.
Yeah. I mean, I'm as English, fucking East London as it comes. You know, like fucking all my family's London. You know.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter, does it? Really? Just we're all fucking human beings, all living on the same planet, and it shouldn't. So many people use their nationality, heritage, whatever, as a kind of like a badge of honor or something, or fucking a way to differentiate themselves from other people. Is you should just fucking we're all fucking human beings, you know.
Well, that's
apart from people who like glam metal, of course, they can fuck off.
Yeah.
They can be loaded onto a space rocket and fired into the sun. But other than that, everyone's just fine. We should just get along.
You bastard! Some lovely people that are into that shitty music.
Yeah,
I know people like that glam.
Yeah. I know. I just like to think of him as the enemy.
Some glam metalers, like festivals and gigs, are just like got their whole fucking teased up and sprayed and all going like that, just trying to check as well.
I never really got into the Eagles, Werewolf. I don't know, just.
Welcome to the Hotel of California. Is that the Eagles?
Yeah, great song.
It's
great
a lovely place.
I don't know. I just never really got into Eagles that much. They got lots of hits. It's not the only one. They got lots.
That's the only one I know.
Yeah,
you'll know more. I'm telling you, if I start singing them, you'll know more. I'm trying to think.
Maybe.
Life in the Fast Lane.
Never heard of it. Next one.
It's like with Blue Oyster Cult, the ones I know the most are Godzilla and Don't Fear the Reaper.
Yeah. Blue Oyster Cult's cool though.
I only know Don't Fear the Reaper. That's all I know. I don't know how to sing it. I can't remember it.
And you got the one that copied the Black Sabbath, the Wizard riff. What's it called? Fucking hell, it's off their first album, but that's a good song. Blue Oyster Cult were pretty cool.
I remember finding out bands around that time at Black Sabbath, and I found one called Black Widow.
Oh yeah, Black Widow.
No, he's talking about he's putting the fucking fast one again. He's saying Eagles. He's saying Eagles, but he's talking about Palace.
Twats. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Palace, Crystal Palace.
He's talking football, Jake. Ignore the werewolf in the chat. He's talking football.
Yeah.
Talking bollocks again.
Yeah.
No, because that's because we
were talking about football, weren't we? So fair enough. It's Palace. It's South London, isn't it? Of course.
He is South London. Yeah.
I remember finding Black Widow and then a song called "Come to the Sabbath." It's like come to the Sabbath.
Yeah.
Satan's there.
Who's that? Coven? Is that Coven or something like that?
Coven, yeah.
Yeah, you say Coven. I remember that track. Someone covered that.
Band.
Someone did a cover of that, didn't they? Who did a cover of that? Sure, I remember the band did a cover of that. Come to the Sabbath.
Yeah, I was just wondering all these sort of bands like Sabbath at the time. I thought, what the fuck are these?
Burning for You of Lords of Cold. That's quite a famous song.
Stop your windy werewolf.
California.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a bit boring.
We're talking about music, and he says Eagles.
You said Eagles.
It's called Taste.
Palace. He meant
Werewolf. It's called Taste.
Yeah.
You probably don't. So
why the hell are they called Eagles anyway? Why aren't they called the Crystals or I don't know the Palace?
Why didn't they call themselves the Pigeons?
The title.
They should have called themselves the Pigeons.
When did you last see an eagle in South London?
Never. You see pigeons all the time. You should have called yourself the fucking Pigeons.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking Kentucky Fried Chickens or something. They should call themselves. The chicken shop.
City is on flame with rock and roll. That's the song. Great song by Blue Oyster Cult. But they
is that by them?
Riff.
I know the Church of
Misery did a cover.
Yeah, fucking awesome. City on flames with rock and roll.
Great.
What's that? War is Our Destiny as well. Who's that by?
That's by Sin Fighters.
Okay. They do a cover of that as well. Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
War is our destiny. Just a really fucking like a beautiful kind of like guitar tone, you know.
The original is beautiful.
Okay, apparently it used to be called the Glaziers after the Crystal Palace.
What? But we were the
Crystal Palace is called the Glaziers after the Crystal Palace.
Came along.
But why did Malcolm Allison have to do change them to being called the Eagles? Because they're kind of like their claim to fame, like a big Crystal Palace that burned down like 2 days after it was put up, or something. Like that. Gaming freak, werewolf, rock and roll, yeah. Finally caught up to your live streams.
Oh, okay. I do like his profile picture. It's Kratos from God of War. So that's fucking cool.
Kratos. I've got to get on and fucking get my tracks ready for my podcast this Sunday.
Well, that's funny enough. I was at the Glastonbury Fair back in June, and it was all dressed up like Kratos, but he was properly fucking pissed.
Kratos.
Well, I've drank my beer. We're 3 hours, so I'm going to call it night actually. So
hey, you got 7 seconds, yeah?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So I find a song to finish with, actually. Let's find a song to finish with.
Yeah, find a song to finish.
I'll
try and get something sorted for next. Oh no, you're not going to bother with Fidcast and Heavy Metal Hangout next week, yeah?
Nah, I've got to go with my dad's.
Following week, I'll get something on the go.
Yeah.
Top 5 albums or something.
Let's see, what shall I choose? I didn't have that bloody band that you were talking about earlier on. So
play some Imperium Fire. Have you still got that?
Imperium Fire. Did I keep that one? Imperium Fire.
Yeah,
here you go.
DJ Metal Devastation Radio.
Imperium Fire. What's the song called? GA. What's that song called? GA.
It's
or something?
Oh fucking hell! Gathering Storm.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right then, that was Imperium Fire, whatever that song was called again. Gathering Storm, that was the one. I'll put their link in the chat if anyone wants to go and sub up their YouTube channel. Go and show them some support if you like that song.
They're from Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. Right, we're fucking off then. We're going to bugger off now. I'm going to flop straight into bed. I'm fucking knackered.
My bed's just right there.
I'll be back in 2 weeks probably with another hangout, bugging over what we're going to do. If anyone's got a song they want us to play,
I'll get some songs for you, Gray.
Yeah, while you're on the chat here and watching this later, got anything you want us to play? No ABBA though. We can't play any ABBA because we'll get copyright. So if anyone gets copyright that's metal related, send it my way. We'll play it next time, and maybe we'll show a few more records or whatever. Anyway, cheers, fellas. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Play out with the old whatchamacallit, my thingy, my job.
I'll let people know about maybe doing this Thrash Top 5 thing. We'll see.
All right. Bye.